Oh, hello, hello. What is going on, people? Tough day today, huh? How's everybody feeling after today? Let's see. Shout out the mods. Thank you so much for you guys coming to hang out. I know you guys probably had a long day too, hopping around all the different streams that we had. TMI, Kenan, Matt, of course. Let's see. Mustard says, I'm here and that's all that matters. That's true, man. You guys all matter. Let's see. How are we doing? Christmas is way too far ahead to be predicting the price. STV, what's your take on today? Oh, we'll get into it. We will get into that. 100%. Been worse. If all this doesn't make you more determined to expose the truth, then I don't know what will. Yeah. We're also going to get a very special guest in here tonight. He was having some problems on YouTube earlier. He also likes to wear oven mitts, a bow tie, and a jacket. So we're going to be having some fun. Wait, where's Steve Young? I had to move the setup for the time being. So we got a couple of things we got to go over, though. Let's take a look at the Ortex numbers. We did get the new exchange reported short interest, which was very high. Looking right here at Ortex, let's see if I'll refresh this right here. Utilization 93.55. Remember, we were expecting the utilization to slightly go down over today and yesterday, but tomorrow and going into the end of this week, the utilization should go up. And remember, utilization, if it gets close to 100%, game on for one of those 4-share recalls. And then that would be awesome. So then we have the exchange reported short interest over here. Settlement date, July 30th. The release date today. Shares short 85.85 million. The short percentage of the free float, 16.78. Wall Street Viking, thank you so much for the super chat, man. Good to see you in here. What's up, my brother? Put it in the tip jar. Hope all is good. Remember, people, it's easy. Just hodl. Wall Street Viking, thank you so much, man. Let's see. Yo, Vix, I could see us hitting 25 this week, followed by an uptrend in the coming weeks. It's possible. Is Kenan Grace's channel really terminated? No, but I think we're gonna be able to hear from him directly in a little while. Let me shoot the link out to everybody, and we'll see what happens. Give me 1 second. Boom, boom. All righty. What's up, guys? This was not like today, honestly, was, in my opinion, just desperation. Like, we know that their short thesis now has just been blown up. It's non-existent anymore, especially where the trend that AMC is going and where it has been. That's what you have to think about. It doesn't necessarily matter as much. Oops. That's going to be an issue. It doesn't necessarily matter as much where AMC has been in the past, like the past quarter. Yeah, it's great to see them like continuously like improve their fundamentals over the previous quarter. But what they say and project for the next quarter is awesome. And when they come out and say, yeah, we're hoping to be cash flow positive. We're opening up new theaters. We're going to be accepting Bitcoin at our theaters by the end of the year. Like, everything is really trending in the upward direction. Also, when that, I think it was Sorkin, like, tweeted out, he was like, I want to go buy a movie theater ticket with Bitcoin, said nobody ever. It's like, if you are bullish on the crypto space and then you're also making fun of or like basically saying that Bitcoin being used to purchase AMC theater tickets is like stupid, well, then you're just the biggest hypocrite of all time. You're just contradicting what you think is going to happen. Let's see. I ain't gonna lie. There was a reason for that breakdown. Yeah, they shorted the absolute heck out of it. Like, we started the day in the $37 range. We closed at $31.75. That's not natural, especially after such a great earnings. Now, the FUD from CNBC didn't really help all that much, but at the same time, it's like, we all know, because we listened to the earnings call, that none of that really mattered. Like all of the points that CNBC was trying to bring up were all asked and answered in Adam Aron's earnings call. What's utilization? Utilization is the amount of shares that institutions are willing to lend versus the amount of shares that they have already loaned out. So let's say they have 100 shares to loan out and they've loaned out 93 of them. Then the utilization would be 93. Let's see. Mr. Opio, what's up, Vix? Have you stated the average days of shorts on loan yet? Not yet. We can pull that up. So right now, the average days on loan for a share of AMC is 4168. So let's see. Yeah, so 4168. Let's come back a little bit further. 3 months out, it was about around here was where those shares went out on loan. So that's a long time for those shares to be out on loan. And if those shares are shorted shares, not just on loan, they're not just holding them waiting for a time to enter. They most likely were entering on this uptrend. Still, most likely, they're still down horrendously on their short positions. Kenny Dunn messed up big time. Now 420 billion is the floor, says AMC Ape Gang. That's pretty nuts, man. Oh, what's up, Vigilante? Let's see. A co-anchor stood up for AMC while most of them hated on AMC. Yeah, most likely that was Melissa Lee. I don't think I watched the entire interview. I just saw when Kramer and Adam Aaron were going back and forth, and Kramer was just like hating on AA the entire time. And then towards the end, he was like, "Well, you did a good job." It's like, no, that's like the most backhanded compliment ever. It's like, come on, buddy. Oh, Vigilante Raid. What's up, man? Bought the dip, buying more tomorrow. There we go. There we go. Are all of my subs STV mods? Oh, it's possible. Let's take a look at the option chain going into the end of this week too. Let's see. We have, this is interesting. We still have 20,397 contracts at 35 on the call side. So that could really push us up a little bit. If we can see a move back to that 30, 34, 35, we could see a lot of hedging start to happen around these as well. And then when we take a look at the put side, again, there is a pretty significant amount of puts at this $30 level. So if we do see AMC have a down day tomorrow, we could see some more delta hedging of these $30 puts, which would then basically mean that they have to short the stock even more. Nipol, new subscriber, like the vids. Thanks, bro. Thank you so much for the super chat, man. Let's see. Spanish Fibonacci, STV, you are the most informative YouTuber ape there is. Thank you, man. Let's see. Yeah, we got a lot of wrenches in here. Me and TMI have a bunch of mods. All the mods are great. The big boys are also upset that the little guys can move and continue to troop up on AMC. I mean, here's the thing. Costs us nothing to hold. We don't have to pay any borrow fee rates. We don't have to maintain any margin requirements. There's nothing that we have to do. Ooh, did this just switch around on me? That's weird. Huh, that's strange. Can I dunk a basketball? No, but I can touch rim. Vigilante can probably dunk a basketball. No problem. We're also having that very weird situation going on with the market now, with the 200-day moving average. Let me see if I can actually pull that up. It's about an 11% difference. Should have to do it over here. See, now it's just being annoying. All right. We need to do a giant Zoom video with hundreds of apes with all the YouTube people. That would be really cool. I'd be down for that. We could definitely try to get that going when we can. That would just be it would almost be a little bit of a disaster though. 200. Let's see where we're at here. Yep. 200-day moving average on the SPY is right around 390 set, right about 400. So that's an 11% drop. Now, Bank of America said it's more likely that we're going to see a retest of this 200-day moving average in the second half of 2021. Now, we're into the third quarter right now. And once we get into the fourth quarter, which in my opinion is when, if something big is going to happen, that is potentially when it will happen, we could see a retest of this 200-day moving average. Now, the fact that Bank of America has said that, they have that giant shelf offering of 123 billion, they're getting super defensive right now. So they're positioning themselves in a way to, one, withstand all of the liquidity requirements that they need to, which we know everybody's over leveraged right now, but Bank of America is also listed as one of the top 4 commercial banks, and they also have a crazy high amount of derivative exposure, and a lot of the time those derivatives are levered up. So they're going to have to maintain a lot of margin. Hit the like button for STV. This guy works hard for all of us. 007, thank you. Yeah, if you guys don't mind just hitting the like button, it just helps us get some more people in here. STV, Robinhood is buying Say, the system AMC used for the questions exposing naked shorts. Yeah, I saw that. At the end of the day, though, is it a really big deal? I mean, just change your password. That was kind of what a lot of people were suggesting anyway. Like, right as you submit your vote, just change your password, and then now you can just delete your account. And I think you do have to request through Say. But it is a very weird thing that Robinhood is buying Say. Like unless they want to find a way to have more earnings calls, have investors ask questions, then I don't understand the point, unless they're trying to collect data, which then it wouldn't be very good. But we're gonna have to see what happens. Ooh, Matt's duck suspenders in here. What's up, man? Let's see. A few Bank of America banks in Chicago closed down. Interesting. Interesting. 100% collecting data. Yeah, I just think it's shady. Yeah, it is. It is definitely shady. Subscribed and you don't even show up in the search results. No notification either. Doc Airline. That's weird. Why are reverse repos important to us? Are the hedgies borrowing money, this money to short or something? Vic, let's actually go over a little bit of what's going on with the repos, because it's crazy. The amount of reverse repos right now should not be that high. So let's pull these up. Let's see. It's not this one. It's this one right here. Okay, so Tuesday, $998 billion of reverse repos with 71 participating counterparties. Here's what happens in the reverse repo. The banks give the Fed cash. The Fed gives the banks treasuries in these overnight loan agreements. So what this is suggesting is that there's way too much cash in the system right now at the current time. So when you think that there's too much cash, and this is kind of how I think of the reverse repos. The Fed has pumped way too much money into the system over the last 12 months. Too much money. The banks now have so much money on their balance sheet that it is now considered a liability, meaning they have to pay so much interest on it that it's going to be really, really hard for them to maintain these regulatory standards. So, ooh, what's up, Kringle? Kringle, I will shoot you a link if you want to come and hang out. Let's do it. Let's go on with the repos. Hold on. Let me just shoot Kringle the link. If he wants to come on, he will, but he's a very busy cat. So basically there's too much cash or not enough collateral. That's really the issue. It just shows us how just overcooked our system is right now. Ernie Rivera, thank you so much for the super. Ken Griffin invited us to swim in the deep end of naked shorted. I thought you were going to go with dark pool on that one. Let's see. SUV Pelosi's husband buys $500,000 AMC. PJ Lopez. Okay, so Nancy Pelosi, her husband buying AMC. That is very old news. I think that first came out back the last time the 13F filings came out, because Nancy Pelosi's husband disclosed a position in an investment firm called Alliance Bernstein, and Alliance Bernstein or Berenstein, I'm not sure which one it is. Has a position in AMC. So it's like this indirect relationship, but we've already known about this for a while. So that's not new news. That is old news. Bribe me with late night milk and catnips. Ooh, Kringle, I might have to do that. Might have to do that. CNBC journalist said 8 billion plus for AMC when society grew. Yeah, I don't know what you're referring to there. What's up, Sebastian? Let's see. Funny how I got an alert from my brokerage setting my password was blocked after the say count. Many others the same thing. Okay, here's the thing about your password getting blocked. Most likely that happened because your account got logged into from a third party service was involved. So they definitely have like tripwires in place that if that happens, it's gonna be like your password's locked. So most likely that's what happened with the say vote. Can you please explain how serious this Robinhood buying Say Technologies thing is? I really don't think it's anything crazy. Like, yeah, it's a weird thing to do, and it is very suspicious. You should most likely just delete your account and then change your password. But at the same time, it's like, what are they going to do with that information? Ernie, thanks for another super. The dark is getting too crowded, too much volume. He said, fudge it. Swim in the ocean of nakedness. All right, Ernie. Let's see. Warren Buffett merger. Let's see. Why Fidelity #1 in reverse repo transaction? I don't know if that's necessarily true. You can see the counterparties listed on the Fed's website, but to my knowledge, there's no way to find the actual number of reverse repos on a day-to-day basis and where they go. There might be. I just haven't looked at it. When will the shorting stop? When they cover most. I mean, they're gonna have to buy back their shorts eventually. Oh, what's up, Pam? Thanks for coming in. If some hedges cover, can they short again? Yeah, they definitely can. If they cover their positions, I think we're gonna see a lot of shorts enter into the top. Or once we get squeeze, like once the squeeze actually starts to kick off, we're gonna see more shorts. Like that's just a given. It would make sense. Like after a short squeeze, it would make sense that more shorts would start to come in. The say thing is over and done with. People are so quick to turn everything into some kind of conspiracy theory. Relax, guys. Yeah, 100%. There's no, in my opinion, there's no need to lose your mind about this say thing. Vix, I'm starting to think the only way AMC squeezes if the market crashing and the hedge funds get margin called. Barry, it's possible. The thing is, though, is that if the market starts to crash, most likely AMC is just going to go down with it. But this is what I've been talking about. So if the market really starts to come down, like there have been some data that shows that AMC has a negative beta on the 1-year time frame. I've seen a new beta calculated that is actually slightly positive now. But when you think about AMC, like you can't just look at those numbers off rip and just say, yeah, it's going to follow what it's supposed to. That's most likely not going to happen with AMC. So if the market crash, like it really comes down, AMC is definitely going to fall with it. But the thing is that the shorts are going to add to their short positions, continue shorting the stock, and it's going to get pushed down to a certain level. But there's a lot of algorithms involved. So most likely, if the stock gets to a certain point where the algorithms switch to buy, that could be when the squeeze ends up starting. So instead of starting the squeeze from up here, it would just start from down here with more shorts that are coming in this range. Let's see. And no one has made them cover yet. STV with NSCC 010 being passed, could that help our position? It doesn't necessarily it just kind of controls the overall market downturn. AMC has a negative beta, says Nacho. I've seen the 1 year negative, like on Bloomberg, I've seen it as like -17, -5, -3. On the 5 year, it is positive. I saw a new calculation that said it was slightly positive. But again, you can't just look at one data point and say, yes, it's going to follow this. Because if the market comes down for any reason, like, yeah, they're going to short even more. Like that, like, why would we put that past them to just continue shorting? Yeah, exactly. But AMC runs with IWM and SPY most of the time. It does. So that's why the whole negative beta thing, like, yeah, I've seen it be negative on Bloomberg, on in front analytics, but at the same time, you can't really just say, oh yeah, on the tiny like 1 minute candles, if the S&P goes up, AMC should go down, and vice versa. That's not going to happen. So SQQQ should be a good bet for the correction. Yeah, it definitely could be if we're going to see that correction. Thanks for another day of content, Vix. Anytime. What's the utilization right now? Says Fuzzy. Utilization right now, 93.55. Barry, thank you so much for becoming a member, man. PJ says, thanks for your continued commitment in this community and your wealth of knowledge and info. PJ, thank you so much, man. And thank you so much for dropping that super. Going back to what Fuzzy was saying, utilization 93.55. So we're seeing it trend up. We have a little bit of a downtick on the utilization here, but that's to be expected when we see those big green days. Because they're returning shares, there could be some shorts covering, and they also could be getting more shares from either retail or other institutions that are buying more, that are lending out their shares. So there could be a bigger basket of shares that is available to be loaned out right now, which would artificially, or not artificially, but it would make the utilization seem lower than it would have been previously if there weren't that many shares to loan out. Do you see the possibility of utilization hitting 100% anytime in the future? Yes, absolutely. They're going to continually short and short and short and short until they need to cover. So as they keep doing that, they're going to increase the utilization because it's just going to force more shares to go out on loan. Hey, SDB, could hedgies file for bankruptcy during the squeeze? Yes, but there are a lot of backstops of insurance. Let's see. Any update as to what we expect it to jump up to once everything goes down? Nathaniel, that's one of the things that nobody really knows. We have no idea when the squeeze will happen, and we have no idea how high it could potentially go. Then force recall, then, right? TMI's Nike promo team. So when we're looking at the utilization right here, we got up to 100% in the end of April, and we didn't see a really significant increase in the price until June. So when we see the utilization get up to 100% or really close to it and stay there, I like to think of it as like, okay, game on. Let's do it. Because something is most likely going to happen, because it's going to be so hard for them to get their hands on more shares to loan out that, one, the cost to borrow is going to increase. So we're seeing right here, the cost to borrow max 6.93%. That's, I mean, these averages that we're seeing right here, the min, average, and max, have really fluctuated around over the last couple of days. But when the utilization goes up, the cost to borrow should go up as well, due to that scarcity factor of shares to actually go out on loan. Without pressure, SEC won't do anything. Protest, Ken, I disagree. I think a protest would be a very, very bad idea. Honest question. When we squeeze, do you think naked shorts will cover before legit shorts? It doesn't really matter. So the whole thing about naked shorting is it doesn't necessarily matter to the hedge fund if their shares are naked, because it's entirely possible that they don't know. This is why, in my opinion, it's mainly a prime broker and big bank issue who's loaning out these shares, and those lending institutions. It's their fault that this has happened, and it's also in their ability to just fix it right away. They could just recall everything. The fact that they have to, like, the failure to delivers are spiking so much is showing us that they've loaned out, most likely, more shares than they're able to deliver on. So every single naked or synthetic short ends up being a failure to deliver. but not every single failure to deliver is a result of a naked short. It could be due to the like so many options running the money that they physically cannot buy enough shares in order to cover all of or basically deliver all of those shares to people who have exercised them. Yeah, Sean, the protest thing, really terrible idea in my opinion. Hardest part of holding is when non-believers ask how the stock is doing. Jose, like if anybody asked me how the stock was doing, like people ask me all the time, and it's like, well, everything is kind of going as we expect it to. We've shot up, we've come back down. We know they're still shorting. The shorts have not covered. Is mainly like my thing. It's like, oh, the stock could go to 500, 1,000 right now, but if the short interest goes to like 30%, it's like, okay, well, the shorts haven't covered. So the whole thesis behind AMC is the short squeeze right now. And then the fundamentals are catching up to where the value of the company is. So the stock could go to 5, the stock could go to 500. If the shorts have not covered, the thesis would remain the same. Buy, hold, wait for them to step in and force them to repay back the shares. Turtle, good strategy. The best form of protesting is holding. Vic, I would agree. I think it will squeeze. What? Let's see. Are they on the SSR list still? Let's pull that up. I don't think they should be on SSR. SSR is off. Trigger price 30.42. So we didn't hit SSR today. The last day that we saw an SSR day, we did see a pretty significant price increase. But the problem with SSR is when you think about what it means you can only short on upticks. So it cuts the the time window and the ability for shorts to enter positions if they're following the rules down by a significant amount. So if you take out 1 million shares on loan in a day and it's an SSR day, you can only short them on upticks. So when we're looking, I don't even have AMC up here anymore. So that would mean that like today, if AMC was on SSR, they could only short here. They couldn't short anywhere here. So basically it leads the way for them to just wait, save their ammo, and then it piles up on the upticks. So I don't think SSR really helps us out all that much. Let's see. Whatever, let's just keep spinning our wheels for eternity. That's how you feel. Let's see. We can all contact SEC. Maybe if we swap their telephones, things will change. Joseph, in my opinion, the SEC is already investigating this. They're already looking into this. How could they not? Family says, wait, are we going to see shorting tomorrow? What? Yeah, we're going to see like it's an everyday thing. Like this is something that I think we've all gotten used to at this point. Opinion, is a share recall a good or bad strategy? Pedro. So a share recall can only be performed by the lending institutions who have lent out the shares. AMC has no control once the shares are out there who's lending them to each other. So AMC can't be like, yeah, share recall. It wouldn't work. So the banks, the prime brokers, any lending institution of shares would be the ones to issue that share recall. Pump those utilization numbers, 93% amateur numbers. Whew, I can't wait until we see really high utilization again. That's going to be awesome. Listening to other YouTubers, including Trey, we can see 25, and I need to know that to mentally prepare, it's likely. Yeah, it's very possible that we continue dropping hard. But in my mind, it's like, okay, we saw where the company is fundamentally, so that kind of just makes the short thesis really invalid right now. And we also have the shorts not covering and adding to their position. So it's like, oh, we're actually in the best position possible right now for this to continue going. Are we waiting for utilization to reach 0 to know the shorts fully covered? John, I don't think the utilization is actually going to get to 0 because when we see the short squeeze actually play out, we're gonna see more shorts come in towards the top. Does a share recall just mean turning off the shorting option? No. So what a share recall is, let me pull it up. Here we go. So right here, this is what a forced share recall is. The difference between a traditional and forced buy-in is that in a forced buy-in, shares are repurchased to cover an open short position. A forced buy-in occurs in a short seller's account when the original lender of shares recalls them. This can also occur when the broker is no longer able to borrow shares for the shorted position. In some cases, an account holder might not be notified before a forced buy-in. A forced buy-in is the opposite of forced selling or forced liquidation. So essentially what happens here is that when we looked at that BNY Mellon article in the past, it essentially said they can recall shares whenever they want to, and they do not have to provide a reason. Now, when we go back to that Investopedia page, look at one of the reasons. This can occur when the broker is no longer able to borrow shares for the shorted position. Now, that would suggest that utilization would be incredibly high. They can't get their hands on more short shares to lend out for short positions. Let's see. I've become emotionless. I'm okay with that. Until they cover, I'll remain this way. Crystal, yeah, I mean, it's going to be like, that's one of the things that we need to understand. These price movements right now, this isn't even like squeeze price movements. We're going to potentially see the stock go up like hundreds of percent in a day and then fall by like 30, 40, 50, 60% potentially in a day if you can do that with the halts, because we're going to get halted. The other thing is that if we see the stock get halted, you're going to see suspended flash across your screen. Doesn't mean anything. This happened back in June. It's just a volatility halt. They're basically giving the larger institutions a way to kind of reposition themselves with the volatility. It's supposed to be to protect retail investors. For the broad market, like a circuit breaker on the S&P 500, yeah, that's kind of to protect everybody and like take a breather. But for like individual stocks, it's more of, hey, they're going to reposition themselves, or to really protect and see what's going on. Sometimes it's like halt based on volatility, or it's a halt based on like potential news coming out. They know it's getting tougher and tougher for us because apes are running extremely low on dry powder, but we have the power of FOMO. Matt, that's true, but I still think people have a lot of money to put into this. Let's see. Real question. If we were being shorted, why is our price not rising? Because it's flooding the market with supply. When you flood a market with supply of something, it artificially pushes it down. Think of if you right now only had like 10 bananas and the demand for the bananas was 10. But now there's 20 bananas, but the demand is only 10. So the sellers are going to be more willing to sell at lower prices to be able to get one of those 10 orders filled. So that's what happens when you flood the supply of a market. It just pushes the price down. It's like diluting it. Sean says he opened a Fidelity account yesterday to trade more AMC and GME. There you go, man. What's up, Hella Bliss? David, I DM'd you on Instagram, bro. Hopefully you read my message. Thanks for everything you do for us. David, I might have read it. I might not have. Bro, we have banks, funds, institutions, and apes backing this stock. Patience is key to the MOS. Yeah, that's going back to the whole patience and emotion thing. Like we're going to see, in my opinion, crazy volatility when the squeeze ends up kicking off. And you need to be mentally prepared to, if you're planning on holding to those really high numbers, you're going to see your account value, if you're looking at it, go to crazy high numbers, and you're going to see massive unrealized like loss from the high. And you just have to be okay with that. You have to create your own plan in your head and say, hey, this is what I am comfortable with selling at, and stick to your plan. And then you can tweak your plan depending on new information that comes out, but you really have to have like a baseline of, hey, this is what I'm planning to do. If this and this and this happens, this is what I will do. If this and this doesn't happen, I will continue doing what I've already been doing. That's what you guys need to figure out for yourselves. Alan says, "What will you base your until shorts have covered thesis on?" Ortex. It's not really going to be Ortex. We're like Ortex is going to be a little bit delayed. So what I'm kind of looking at is like overall market sell off, because if the numbers that we've seen with the amount of potential synthetic or naked or counterfeit shares out there is correct, and it's in the billions, the amount of liquidations of other positions that we're going to have to see happen is going to affect the broad market. So overall market sell-off is going to be one of the things that I'm looking at. And then also hedge fund collapses. Now, the issue with looking for hedge fund collapses is that it's entirely possible that there's a delay. Like we didn't see some of these hedge funds really take a beating until like months after, where they kind of disclosed that they lost a significant amount, and then it said that they said that they were closing their doors. So again, it comes down to having your own plan for the upcoming squeeze. Pedro, thank you so much for the super chat, man. It just says message retracted. I'm not sure if you wanted to say something. If you, I'll look out for your message in the chat though. But thank you so much for the super chat. Vix, we all know you are the real brains of the whole operation. That's not true. I love being able to keep buying and getting closer to paying less in capital gains. Brandon, that is another thing that we have to think about as well. That the longer that we get to hold, like if you hold your position for more than a calendar year, then the capital gains significantly decreases. Like the short-term capital gains tax is typically taxed at your ordinary income rate, and the long-term capital gains is taxed at a set rate. And it's usually much less than your short-term. Ty, thank you so much for the super. Everything I make right now in the market, minus what I need to live, goes into the AMC and GME. I buy on the dips and I believe in this. Ty, that's awesome, man. I wish you the best of luck. Ashraf says, Apes broke down today. Complaining or protesting does nothing. Don't expecting massive squeeze without a fight. Hedgies do not give in easy. HODL or ETF. Ashraf, I think that's a decent way to look at it. Thank you so much for the super. Thank you to all you guys who are sending in the supers as well. You guys are super generous, so thank you so much. And the thing about today is that everybody after the earnings call was so excited. We saw the stock go basically up 10, 11%, and then it got aggressively shorted, which honestly is to be expected. Now, nobody expected the stock to go back down to the $31 range, but also nobody also expected the stock to go from 12 to 72 in June, or in the 77 in the after hours in June. Nobody expected that either. So there's a lot of things that are happening and going around that nobody's really expecting to happen. So again, I was more excited for the earnings call to see what Adam Aaron had to say. I wasn't hyping it up in my mind to be like, oh, this is going to be the catalyst that causes us to squeeze. That wasn't what was happening. The 10, 11% move in the after hours was just kind of icing on the cake. It was like, awesome, we're going up right now. In the pre-market, we were doing solid. And then we came to the market hours and we ended up coming down. Okay, we know they're shorting us. SCV, in your last video, you said you believe that this was a last-ditch effort by the shorters. Can you expand on that a little bit, please? And thank you, my friend. Eric, yeah. So nobody really knows if like we're like on the like nobody knows if we are like really close to the squeeze. The squeeze could happen tomorrow. It could happen a month from now, 6 months, a year. It could happen at any time. We don't know. The reason why I'm kind of viewing this as like a desperation or like a last-ditch effort is because their whole short thesis revolves around AMC being a very, very weak fundamental company and people not going to the movie theaters. Their earnings report just turned that on its head. So it's like, oh, your short thesis, invalid. Your whole like thesis for shorting the company, no longer like as valid as it was a year ago. But what did they do? They shorted the absolute heck out of the stock. They're just digging their hole even deeper. JRAS says, STV, appreciate your hard work. Keep it up, bud. Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. So what you're saying is we are going to 70 in the pre-market tomorrow. Got it. Rhode Island? Not what I said. Let's see. Also, guys, with everything going on right now with AMC YouTubers, I did create a backup channel and it is pinned to the top. If you guys could go subscribe to that channel, if anything happens over here, that is where I will be. It is pinned to the top of the chat if you guys want to go sub to that one. They did it as a morale crusher. Today was a tactical nuke, essentially. Yeah, because everybody was all hyped up about the earnings. Everybody was so excited going into today, and they were like, oh, we see a way where we can really demoralize a group of individuals by aggressively shorting the stock lower. In my opinion, after yesterday, I don't think any retail investor was thinking about selling, especially when we got into the market hours today and when we saw the first Adam Aaron interview. Nobody was really thinking, oh, I'm going to sell my position. That's just my thoughts. So this could have been maybe institutions. I doubt it, because if they have a really big position in AMC, they understand what's going on. One, the fundamentals are catching up. Two, there's a short squeeze play. So a lot of this was just flooded supply on the market from shorts, in my opinion. Ashraf, thank you so much for another super. When the price hits under 25, Citadel will convert short to long and burn other shorts. Take that to the bank. That is their game, dude. Yeah, it's very possible that they need to stop the stock to go down to a certain level in order to start covering. Very possible. Their algos really need to switch. Transparency Project, thank you so much for the super, man. $2 for the cause. I'm working on a mod stream. Ooh, that'll be interesting. Your voice and cadence when you speak and your recorded voice is perfect. I enjoy listening. Amy, I think when I record my videos, I sound like a complete idiot. But I'm glad somebody likes it. Antic says, today had my butt cheeks clenched up. Yeah, I think a lot of people thought that. What was after hours price for AMC? 31.78. So we were up 3 cents, 0.09% in the after hours. Nothing really happened. Can hedge funds borrow the same shares over and over? It seems like every day they have a ton of shares to drive the price down, or just adding to call options. I mean, Eddie, they wouldn't be adding to calls, because that would mean that they would be bullish, unless they were hedging calls and they would need to buy shares, which they wouldn't be doing. Yeah, I mean, technically they can borrow the same share over and over if it goes through that cycle. Like, I own shares, my institution lends them out to a hedge fund. The hedge fund sells to another person, and then their institution then lends them to the same hedge fund. Yeah, that's very possible, and that can happen. When's Kenan coming? I'm not necessarily sure. He said he wanted to come on tonight. I talked to him a little while ago before the stream, and then he did say that YouTube, the YouTube situation set him back a little bit. So I sent him the link. He will come on when he is ready. SCV, should we consider a YouTube boycott? No. Here's the thing. Here's what's going on with YouTube right now. So in my opinion, there are a couple of bad actors out there that do not like some of what the AMC YouTubers are saying. There's some controversy going on. Some people don't like some of the AMC YouTubers. And what they could be doing is spamming. They're using bots to like report the channel. So that could be happening. YouTube also has their like algorithm that like scrapes videos to make sure that there's nothing weird going on. And it's also entirely possible that their algorithms are like picking up something that shouldn't be getting picked up, and it's like automatically terminating an account with no like human interaction with that. A lot of people have said, oh, Citadel owns Google, they're terminating YouTube accounts. No, highly doubtful. It's just a like a little bit of like a, I don't want to call it a bug, but it's essentially like a little bug in the YouTube algorithm, and they can't really account for what's going on with like the spam bots and all the stuff like that. I'm all for apes. Christopher, me too. All Rhode Island's eating Oreos tonight. I should probably have some Oreos later. I barely check on AMC during the day. More focused on non-AMC options plays has helped my mental health. TMI's avocado. Yeah, I think that would be helpful. For some people, I think a lot of people, like I've heard it a lot in the last couple of days, a watch pot never boils. Well, like eventually it will, but it's just going to drive you insane. So if you're really stressed out about your AMC position, take a little break. It's still going to be here when you get back. Totally not the FBI says STV 36 million and above the ask after hour purchases on the dark pool today. Totally not the FBI. Can you send me that on Twitter? That would be really interesting to see. Ooh, okay. Geo, I'm looking into trying to find that account right now to unban them. I'm looking. There it is. All right. We're good now. Let's see. Totally not the FBI says I'll tag you in the tweet. Yeah, if there's a source on it, cool. But I've seen like people send me a lot of stuff all the time where it's like there's no source. Like there was one thing today that I saw. It was like a glitch on Thinkorswim that I was like, this would be really interesting to talk about. But like from what we heard in the earnings call yesterday, what's being shown on this brokerage platform is just wildly inaccurate. Well, I remember waiting for it to go from 8 to 7. Yeah, meet Kevin's last cancellation. That was because the algorithm doesn't understand sarcasm. That's interesting. SCB. So the short thesis is turned upside down. Then what should we be looking for? What should we be looking for moving forward? I'm not asking any price predictions, but what do you honestly see? It's a waiting game right now. If you are waiting for the short squeeze to happen, you have to wait for it to happen. We're seeing the utilization continuously go up, which suggests to us that one, they're taking out more short positions, and it's getting harder and harder every single day that the utilization goes up for these institutions to get their hands on shares to loan out. I just want someone to hold me the way apes hold AMC. Oh, all right, antics. Yeah. Also, if you guys don't mind just dropping a like on the video, it just helps out with the YouTube algorithm. So yeah, speaking of the YouTube algorithm, if you could help me with it, that would be great. Let's see. Yes, please tell us what's going on with YouTube. I love Trey. Yeah, it's just a weird algorithm glitch that we're having to deal with. This has happened in the past. I think Kenan's actually had a bigger issue with this in the past. But yeah, this happened to a couple of YouTubers today. But this was just a YouTube-wide glitch today. That nothing else. But 3 AMC YouTubers that I know of did get affected. New York Angelo, Moneymaker Avi, and Kenan got affected by this, which it sucks that has to happen. How is it not at 100% after today? It blows my mind. Okay, so the utilization is delayed because they need to account for the borrowed shares that happened 2 days ago because there's a T+2 settlement period. Also, the utilization is most likely, it's going to be a little bit more difficult to get it to 100% because when we think about what happened back in June, more retail investors came in, and it's entirely possible that they don't know to turn their share lending off. They just don't know. So there could be a bigger basket of shares that can be loaned out, which is like artificially pushing the utilization that we are seeing down. Like if the amount of shares that institutions like had to lend out jumped by like 50%, we would see the utilization crash the next day. Nick, thank you so much for the super. After the MOAS, can hedge funds sue the market makers for causing them to have so many naked short / synthetic shares? The market makers do a version of naked shorting, but it's on their own in order to facilitate some trade. So they're kind of doing it in-house. It's more of like the prime brokers and big banks that they might have an issue with. But like if I was a hedge fund and I went to one of these brokers and I was like, hey, can I short? And then they gave me like a crazy amount of shares. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. But then I saw the failure to deliver is like massively spiking. That's the brokers and the bank's fault for letting that happen. First I've been on this stream. Is it still bullish for AMC? Natalie, I mean, I'm very bullish on AMC. We know that the shorts are messing with it. We like that. That's something that we know for certain. The shorts have not covered. The short interest has been going up. The utilization has been going up too. That just shows us that they're continuously shorting the stock and trying to push it lower. Let's see. Where in the world is STV? That's not his normal background. Yeah, I had to move. Maybe I'll put it back next week, I think. Next week I'll probably put it back. Totally not the FBI. You tagged me. Let me look really quick because it takes a minute. Let's see. AMC $36 million above the ask. I don't see a bid price. 31.70. I see 31.7. Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't know if those orders were filled though. Totally not the FBI. I don't know if those orders got filled. That's the thing. Maybe they did. Maybe they wouldn't. Rhode Island says if your live stream were a Cold Stone creamery, I would click the gotta have it button. That's funny. Please tell those who can turn off margin to stop their shares being loaned. I turned off margin and transferred 4,000 shares to Fidelity, trying to do my part. Crystal, there you go. Look up. I'm not going to do that. How do you know the price didn't go down because of people selling after earnings versus short sellers? Mr. Deasy, when we think about what was actually released in the earnings call, it was incredibly bullish for the company. In my mind, AMC now and in the future is going to be valued higher fundamentally than it previously was. They're on a higher trajectory. They're looking to buy new theaters, and not only just new theaters, but theaters that are going to be higher performing. And I don't think that after the earnings call, any retail investor was like, yep, that's it for me. Highly doubt it. Let's see. Abraham Lincoln. That's an awesome name. Let's see what else we have. We're going to check the threshold securities list too. Let's see. How many shares do they have to borrow? So right now, Stonko Tracker is showing 450,000 shares available to borrow. And that number could probably increase. Now, here's the other thing that I want to mention to you guys. A lot of you had questions about volume. A lot of people were thinking, hey, we need volume in order for the stock to run up. Well, we had volume today of 116 million. That is about 20% of all of the shares that exist for AMC. Now, volume doesn't necessarily matter. It's what price that buyers and sellers are willing to transact at. Like if there's more buyers on any given day and they're wiping out sell walls and they're pushing the price up and they're willing to step up those bids to higher prices, then the stock will go up. Even if it was like an incredibly low volume day, the stock would still trend up. Let's see. When the market crashes in October, we will squeeze. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are thinking Q4 for a big correction. That's why I have the S&P pulled up right here with that 200-day moving average. I don't think they have touched it in 2021. Did Kenan get his channel back yet? Yeah, they did. And Kenan's going to be hopping in here most likely in a little bit as well. So we're going to have some fun tonight. It's going to get hot in the kitchen. We're going to put our oven mitts on. How would AMC be affected if America shuts down again? Negatively. Like, I don't want to sugarcoat it. If there was a shutdown, AMC would get affected negatively. But again, like what I said before, they would just short it more. Most likely their algos would switch to buy at some point, and then the stock would go up. But you'd have all of those shorts from like here to here where they pushed it down to. The other thing that we have to think about is that when Volkswagen squeezed or squoze in 2008, it was in like the time when the market was like really taking a hit. So I'll show you guys on the S&P chart when Volkswagen squeezed. Oops. All right, let's go. Hold up. Why is this being annoying? Here we go. Okay, so Volkswagen squeezed right here. Now, the overall market is taking an absolute beating. Volkswagen went from a low level up to 200, then up to 400, back down to 200, and then ripped. But this was during the time that the market was capitulating. And now we're way up here. You can have a cash account. They lent out my shares. You have to add no to borrowing. Yeah, they're technically not supposed to be able to lend out of cash accounts, but they do anyway. This is the best squeeze example ever. Yeah, I compare AMC squeeze more to the Volkswagen squeeze and the GameStop situation with Overstock. Because the catalyst for the squeezes are different. I think that the catalyst for the AMC squeeze is going to be a disclosure of institutions owning a certain amount, retail owning a certain amount, and insiders owning a certain amount. And when that number potentially gets exposed eventually, that they own a certain percentage of the amount of shares that are supposed to be out there, then that could be one of the catalysts that's we have to cover our shorts right now. But the GameStop situation is slightly different because when you think about what's going on with GameStop, yeah, they could disclose that crazy amount of ownership, but at the same time, they don't have in terms of like social media, they don't have the social media presence that the AMC community does. So what GameStop does have that AMC doesn't is the possibility for one of those crypto dividends. So that's been kind of hyped up. July 14th was the supposed date that was supposed to be released for GameStop. I was trying to get people to not hype up about that because we didn't necessarily know for sure that that was going to be the concrete set in stone date that it was going to get released. But they are working on it. So we're going to see what happens with that. I do believe that if GameStop does squeeze first, I think AMC is going to really go with it. We did see that happen in January. AMC went from like 2 to 25. Let's see. Have you talked about odd lot trades? I have not talked about odd lot trades, mainly because I've heard a lot of different thoughts on them, and I personally haven't gone deep into it yet. I mainly focus on broad market, mainly because I believe that the short squeeze situation with AMC is kind of like asked and answered, if that makes sense. It's like, well, shorts haven't covered. There's nothing that us content creators can really do, even if we saw that like the odd lots were like a problem. Or something revolving that like, oh, we could tell people how to better make this situation happen quicker. That's market manipulation, and we can't do that. So like, that's the issue. It's like, even if we found some like smoking gun that if we told everybody to do something, we couldn't tell people because then we would all go to jail. And like, I don't know about you guys, but I'd rather not go to prison. GameStop should buy AMC. Also, we do have that potential GameStop partnership. The thing about the GameStop thing was very interesting. The first time that Adam Aaron talked about it, he like we couldn't see him, but you could kind of hear it in his voice that he might have been smirking. He was like, "Oh, we're working on it." And then the second time he got asked that question, he said, "Oh yeah, I'll reach out to them, yada yada yada, and we'll figure it out." Then this morning he said, "No, there haven't been any conversations about it." So he's kind of giving mixed signals about this GameStop thing. In my opinion, I'm going to go with the first response that he gave, and he is already sort of in talks with somebody at GameStop. It may not be Ryan Cohen, because he did say that he has not been in contact with Ryan Cohen, but I do definitely think that they are in talks. I think GME was 140%. Yeah, now it's just reported short interest. I don't know why they would ever let that be reported. Because remember, they don't have to report their short interest if they don't want to. The fines for not reporting are like negligible. It's like under $1 million every time. Jim Cramer talks about how they're not allowed to talk about Citadel. That's interesting. I mean, I can say Citadel. Citadel, Citadel, Citadel. Are we still negative beta or not, Eddie? I've seen that we are on a 1 year. We are positive on the 5-year beta, which would make sense. But it doesn't necessarily matter if that makes sense. I've kind of done some more research into it. If the market comes down, yeah, I do think AMC is going to go down. But again, they would just short it from here to here. There would be more shorts coming in this range, and then it would end up coming up because potentially their algos could just switch to buy and be like, yep, we've gotten it down low enough where we can start covering our shorts and not take a massive hit. Anthony, thank you so much for the super chat, man. I really appreciate it. Shout out to all you guys who send in the supers, like the videos, and just come in here and hang out. You guys are all awesome. We wouldn't be able to do this if it wasn't for you guys. So thank you so much. Anthony says, what would happen if AA announced they intended to take the company private? Could this be a way to initiate the MOAS? They would have to take the company private at a certain price. Like they would have to buy all of the outstanding shares. So they would own fully the company again. They wouldn't do that. Now, the one thing that they could do is, now there's like an argument against like a reverse split versus a split. I think Yeah, split like split versus reverse split. I don't think it would really do anything. Reverse splits are typically terrible for companies, and splits, even though the price would be lower and people would be able to buy more shares at a lower price, there would still be way more outstanding shares out there. John says, Kringle, where you at? I know you're in here somewhere. Kringle's probably popping in and out. You're awesome, man. No, Kyle, you are awesome. Lisa says, what would happen to GME and AMC stocks if our companies merge? Most likely they'd have to do an audit of shares because they need to make sure that the amount of shares getting transferred over would be the correct amount. And there wasn't any like crazy amount of like shares that are out there that aren't supposed to exist, because then that would make the business deal like not valid. So they probably would do somewhat of an audit if that were to happen. And that could be one of the catalysts, but I don't foresee that happening in the near future. Yeah, what's this Kramer video? Can one of you guys DM me that on Twitter or Instagram? I'd love to see that after this. Let's see. An AMC GME combined stock would help Apes focus. Yeah, that's true. I just don't know if it's in both of those companies' best interest. Is AMC really accepting Bitcoin? Yeah, by the end of the year they will. It's on Trace Trades clips. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I haven't really been on YouTube much today. What I do is I like during the day I'll just throw on like somebody's stream in the background, and then just like if something crazy is happening or I just want to listen in, I'll do that. But then I just look for stuff. You don't want to see the Kramer video to make you very upset. I mean, it's fine. Might as well. AA said by the end of the year. Yep. They'll also accept Apple, and so is Apple Pay, and then there was another one. It might have been Google, if there's a Google payment platform. What are your thoughts on Robinhood buying Say? Yeah, it's strange, very strange, but the timing's weird, but at the same time, it's like they have all of their customers' data anyway. Like, what are they gonna do? Like honestly, what are they gonna do? That's really my opinion on it. Google. Yeah, it might be Google. Actually, let me pull up my notes. Actually, it's not on this. Oh, guys, thank you so much for going to sub to my backup channel. Like with everything going on right now, my backup channel is pinned to the top. If you guys want to go subscribe to that, if something does happen, that is where I will be. It's just Short the Vix 1 on YouTube. So my backup is Short the Vix 1, my Twitter is Short the Vix 1, and my Instagram is also Short the Vix 1. So those are the other places that you'll be able to find me if something ends up happening to my channel this time. So hopefully it doesn't, but it's very possible with everything that's coming out. Nick, thank you so much for another super. Without a margin call, could the hedgies just cover the 15.7% and stop to avoid all the synthetics? Nick, even if they did, so synthetics mainly have to do with like creating a synthetic short position with options. So it's a disparity in the put call parity, and they sell a call, buy a put at the same strike for a kind of a wonky price that shouldn't be there. And then they also use a bond in order to like create this position. A naked short, the hedge funds, it's very possible that they don't even know that they have like a naked position, that the broker lent them out shares that they weren't supposed to. But even if they covered 15.7%, that would still push the price up significantly. It's incredibly difficult to take Kramer seriously. I would go to say it's impossible. It's just frustrating how much influence he has, even though he flip-flops more than a fish out of water. Yeah, I don't even know how he has a job. Like he's literally like what he's doing with he's just so out of touch. He's like, oh, the Reddit community. Rogue, what's up, man? I'd love to get on the stream, lol, but I'm only wearing naked shorts. I mean, if you're waist up, you're good, man. SCB, what if anything were you hoping to hear from AMC during the call yesterday? Do you feel like they missed any opportunities? Let me think. I'll think about that one, Eric. I think the one thing that they may have missed, paying down more debt maybe than they did. I mean, even though they don't have to. They don't have to pay it down. Like everything in that earnings call, I was so hyped up about. If you saw my reaction on TMI stream when we were looking at it and listening to it, I was so pumped. Would it be possible to put serial numbers on the shares? Maybe a stupid question. Kyle, the only way to do that would be to have a blockchain on the stock market. That's really the only way. STV, oh, Geo, thank you. I'll take a look at that after. He has a job because he's entertaining and keeps the audience confused. Lol, Natalie, very true. But again, the people that like are really into like AMC GameStop, the thing is like, unless they're bought and paid for, which most likely they are, they have no reason to go against AMC and GameStop. You guys have seen how much support Charles Payne on making money has gotten from the AMC community. The amount of views, the ratings that his show is getting now whenever he has an AMC person on are through the roof, most likely. So it's in these like news media corporations, it's in their best interest in terms of like making money to be behind and support and be open to the idea of this short squeeze in the ape community. The fact that they're not suggests that they have somebody else lining their pockets. Adam Aaron should have brought up AMC streaming service. Yeah, they do have a streaming service for you guys that don't know. It's AMC On Demand. It's not necessarily like a streaming service, but it essentially like acts like one. Like you can go rent movies on there. You can rent TV shows. Like if you are uncomfortable leaving your home, which I was listening to TMI stream today and he made like an awesome comment. He was like, Kramer said something about people being afraid to go outside, and he said he was afraid to go outside. Adam Aaron said people want to go outside and reopen, and Adam Aaron was like in his house. So Kramer, this is what TMI said. So if you guys aren't following TMI right now, I mean, I'm pretty sure you are, the masked investor on YouTube. It was just like the most backwards hypocritical statement ever because Kramer was like out at work and Adam Aaron was like inside. It was like, come on, dude, really? Vix, can you remind people that paper hands are only the leaves they're shaking and the diamond hands are picking them up and taking us to the moon? D. Brian, 100%. Yeah. Also, how is everybody feeling after today? There's a little bit more people in here. What's the morale like in here tonight? Are you guys feeling all right? You a little worried? You a bit upset about today? How's everybody feeling? Do you think Adam Aaron will have a streaming service in the future? He already does. Let me pull it up. When you guys are like when you guys drop in the chat how you're feeling, I'll pull up the streaming service. All right. Oops. So this is the streaming service right here. It's called AMC On Demand. Barry says, no worries. Also, Barry, thanks for becoming a member, man. Cool, calm, and collected. Morale very low, says Stuart. I'm sort of bummed. Buy and hold. Feeling calm. There we go. Feeling a little. I feel better than ever on the stock. I love the stock. There we go. Ready to buy more. Feeling cool, calm, and collected. There we go, guys. Morale is strong. I think the people that are really engaged in the community really know what's going on and just understand the type of manipulation that we are going to be seeing. Yeah, I mean, honestly, like the people that bought in, like in June when we were running up, I get it. I understand why you would be upset. I would be upset too if I had that big unrealized loss. But at the same time, what I would suggest is go watch as many AMC videos breaking the situation down as you can. Trey, Matt, TMI, Wrench, Avi, everybody that you can get, like, just consume all of the content. Read everything you can on Twitter. There's some crazy stuff now on like Reddit and Twitter too, but try to just stick to the basic stuff and just educate yourself on the situation. So this right here is AMC On Demand. You can rent F9, Quiet Place, new releases. There's a lot of different movies that you can just rent. So this is like their streaming service right here that I don't think a lot of people know about. So if you want to support AMC and you don't have a theater near you, this is something that you can do. KC says, been here since January and haven't sold a single share. LFG. Neither has Adam Aaron. More like Disney Plus or Netflix, at least work with them as a premium like HBO Max. Here's the thing though. AMC really doesn't care. Like they care about like streaming, like taking over, but obviously they're not. Like Netflix's earnings weren't great. They didn't meet the expectations. I'm pretty sure they went down in their user, they didn't have the best earnings. So when we think about their new deal with Warner Brothers, awesome. 45 days exclusively in theaters. Great news. Oh, I heard a blue bloop, but it was a short-lived blue bloop. No worries. I just can't cash in my lottery ticket yet. That's all. Still got the ticket. That's what matters. Great stuff. STV. Father Guido, thanks for coming in again tonight, man. Good to see you back in here. I'm not watching an action movie on my 55-inch TV, period. There's a lot of other movies that you can watch too if you want to. Oh, look who we have here, everybody. Mr. Rogue the Legacy. What's up, buddy?
What's up, broski?
Not much, man.
I put on a shirt.
There you go. There you go.
Ain't nobody got time for that. Nobody wants to see that.
Ray says, since we are all buying synthetic shares now, I mean, it's a mix. Does that change the market price? Because to me, all the shares we buy doesn't seem to move the price. Technically, if there's like fake shares out there that like aren't supposed to exist, the price is like artificially lower than it should be if there weren't those synthetic shares out there. That makes sense.
Bro, this man said, hey, Rogue, how are my puts doing on your back? Actually, you're losing right now.
Seth says, I've been here since January. I no longer get upset. I'm still here and I'm still holding, but after days like today, it makes me furious, not gonna lie. Yeah, it is tough. I did hear, I thought I heard another blue. Maybe not, though.
Someone said hashtag free the nipple, so.
Oh, boy. Seth, thank you so much for that super chat, man.
Oh, I forgot my drink. Savage.
Oh, boy. Antics is coming after you tonight, Rogue. I think we are also going to get Kenan in here in a little bit, too, so stay tuned, guys.
Phenomenal.
Oh, God. Guys, it's not even power half hour yet, and you're always getting wild.
Savage. Supply and
demand economics, 100%, Berhe.
So what's new?
Not much. Just, continually doing research on my favorite movie theater company. Oh, my background's also new.
Yeah, that is new. That is that a green screen? Because it looks like a green screen. It is a
green screen. See? Green screen.
Yeah, it's a green screen.
Let's see. Crazy says, I never get upset. The game is over. We're just watching synthetic prices. I mean, my thing is mainly like, like the shorts haven't covered. So the price that we're seeing on our screen doesn't matter. It could go to 500, 1,000, whatever it goes to. But if it still shows that the shorts haven't covered, then it's like, okay, well, the shorts still haven't covered. The squeeze hasn't happened yet. It could also go to 5. And if the shorts haven't covered, the thesis behind owning AMC is still the same. Do I think it's going to go that low? No. But that's just an example. Nobody come at me again for just giving examples again. Oh, yeah. Everybody drop some swords in the chat for Rogue. Rogue, I also have a backup channel now.
It makes sense with all. Dude, did you see who all was affected by that? The glitch.
It was.
Sorry, I didn't realize Kenan, we were playing a video game.
And Angelo, but I know Kenan's got his stuff back. Did Avi and Angelo?
So it's not that they didn't that they took away their stuff, but it's more like their channel wasn't hidden. It was just except for one video. One video was out there. Everything else was hidden unless you searched it. Unless you actually searched them up.
Gotcha.
And search the specific videos, which I mean nobody's doing that. So basically, they were pretty much hidden. I gotta check though. I haven't really been online paying attention.
Yeah, I think we have a good chance of a gamma squeeze next week. Let's take a look. Let's take a look.
I'll say that was crazy though.
These are puts. Yeah. September and January are the big ones right now. No. Gamma Squeeze, not really for next week. We would have to go to like 145 or we'd have to go to, let's see, 21,000 at 40. 12. We probably have to get to 100 for it to be a really significant Gamma Squeeze. The next time that I see a really strong potential for a Gamma Squeeze, September's not bad. Not bad. 34,000 at 40. 12 at 50. These are going to keep going up. 55, 5,000, 60, 13,000. The next big one, though, that's already setting up like it did for June, January. The reason is that there's continuously people buying this dip on the $145 strike. Now, if we get up to those levels, it's going to cost these institutions so much more money in order to delta hedge those contracts. Because think about it. If they, let's say they have to cover 61,000 or 6.1 million shares, multiply that by 145, that is much more than 200,000 or 20 million times 40.
Yeah, the YouTube channels are all back up and running correctly.
I know. Guys, if you could get me to like 100 subs tonight on my backup channel, I'd be very happy with that.
See, my issue with everything that YouTube is saying, and it needs to be said, every time that they come out with like an excuse or the glitch that's happening, they haven't come out with any of that stuff in the past. Like there hasn't been that many issues up until this year. That's my problem.
Right. The issues are bad. And it hurts us too. It's like, come on, like we have no idea what we can and cannot say on a stream that's going to get us popped. No idea.
But like, yeah, the main thing is that it hasn't had it like happened to this extent, to this like this quantity of people.
Right.
Since I don't know when. Like I think that this is a lot more than before. Like I haven't seen it on YouTube. Haven't seen anything like that. My laptop's just acting up.
Bam says we're going to be seeing all-time high this month. I mean, it's very possible. I think he does a lot of Elliott Wave stuff. I think that's what his algorithm's like based on. So we'll have to see about that. I would love that to happen. And then wider market crash causing a squeeze in September. What are the chances? Typically, if like crashes like have historically happened started in September's. I think that's like the month where like the most amount of like corrections have happened. And then that whole 200-day moving average situation with Bank of America and their reasoning for thinking the market's going to come down like 10, 11%. Very possible. But again, we don't know when it's going to happen. The whole point of those videos is just point out to you guys, hey, all of this stuff is happening in the background, and the things that are being put out in the media and by the Fed are not what they seem. Let's see. What happened?
Bro, I hate this laptop. Oh. This thing needs to pop already so I can get a normal PC. Okay.
I know. I mean, I've got dealing with this now, but I can't like take it anywhere because I'll be afraid it's gonna break. Hot words equals suppression. Yeah, there's a lot of hot words that you just cannot say.
And now my mouse.
Hey, Vix, what is your other channel? My backup channel is pinned to the top right now. It's just Short the Vix 1. So my Twitter, Instagram, and backup channel are all Short the Vix 1. The backup has like 65 subscribers right now. So if you guys could pump those numbers up a little bit. So if something does happen, we have somewhere to go. That would be awesome.
Those are rookie numbers.
I know. I feel brand new again.
Totally not the FBI. I am not ignoring your questions or comments. I'm dealing with some technical issues with this dumb laptop. Okay.
Just sub to the backup. Thank you, Rhode Island. Let's see. Oh, we're up to 70. You guys are crushing it over there. Don't even get me started of how big of a-hole CNBC was to AA this morning. They were trying so hard to make AA look bad, and it didn't work. 100%. Adam Aaron just answered like a couple of the questions in a row. He was just like, "Yeah, we have $2 billion." And they would ask him like other stupid questions, and he would just be like, $2 billion. It was like he was just shutting down their questions. Like, because here's what I noticed about the interview, Rogue. I don't know if you thought this too. Every single like concern that they may have had for like in that interview basically was all asked and answered in the earnings call. It was like, he already addressed it. So why are you trying to paint it in a different light and trying to get him to say something different? He already said it. If you had done your homework and listened to the earnings call, you would be bullish too, but you definitely have somebody else lining your pockets.
Right. No, I agree. All those questions that they had, it was just ridiculous. It was, for the majority of the time, it was like the same question over and over. And I think one of them, they were just trying to go back and forth with like that movie theaters are going extinct when it's not happening.
Yeah, he laid that out perfectly in the earnings call. He was like, "Yeah, we've seen the competition between streaming and movie theaters. Warner Brothers saw it and said, yeah, we're not going to go direct to home releases anymore because it just doesn't make any sense for our business. Like, we're making more money for our studio by sending the movie to the theater."
Right.
News are not meant to spread good news. It's to spread FUD. Yeah, the thing is though, is that they can get a bunch of clicks by spreading bad news because we're going to spread it around for them. But at the same time, like I said before, we've seen how much support that Charles Payne and Making Money has gotten from the ape community. Like, there are so many new viewers of Charles Payne and more people know who he is now and people like him. And they're going to be watching his stuff. Like, I bet the ratings for his show now, whenever he brings on like somebody from the ape community, just rocket.
Did you actually, did you write down the note? It was the comment that he made about basically the company. It was all these different like things that were supposed to make movie theaters go out of business, and they didn't happen. It was like he was one right after another. You wrote that down, didn't you?
The list of 10 things?
Not that one. It's like, I think he was basically saying like streaming services, they were supposed to come out, and not streaming services, like the TV, like movies coming to the TV, that was supposed to make us come out of business and then or go out of business. He went into like all these different things, and he just kept knocking it out of the park, saying like,
I did not see that.
Sure.
I did not see that.
You wrote it down.
Thank you so much for the super chat, man. They just shut down Kenan's channel. I just pulled it up right here. Kenan's channel is 100% back now. So I think he's going to be coming on in a little bit. I shot him the link, so let's see what happens.
Frodo Baggins. That's what it is. He said something about the radio, TV, VHS, DVD. Even though all of those different things came about, movie theaters did not go out of business. That's what he said. Now I remember.
He will be on in a little while. He shot me a message that I didn't see. I was streaming, but he is going to be coming on. I think TMI is going to be coming on too. We're going to be having some fun.
Yeah, buddy.
Let's see. Where's the talking cat? I think Kringle's doing cat things tonight. He popped into the chat for a little bit and then he hopped off. Vix, can you please tell me why all the good news and somehow keeps us down? That's kind of the whole point of us going down today was really to just demoralize everybody. Like, awesome news, stock still goes down a significant amount, 6%.
Every time.
It's meant to mess with your head.
It's like the same time when Adam Aaron pretty much took the 500 million shares off the table. The next day, or like immediately following that, the stock dropped a little bit. And it's like, okay. Stock's not going to drop with good news.
Exactly.
Naturally.
Can you define what's cat things? I don't know. Whatever a cat does.
Ooh, someone wants to know who won the Trey versus Vix arm wrestle.
I don't know.
Ooh.
I don't know about that one.
We don't know.
Yeah, we do all know what happened.
Oh, we do know
Rogue
what
has the back.
I
Might
put
put on it. Might be down.
Yeah, your puts it's not looking too good right now.
Most affordable sports car, Corvette C8. Probably. I mean, you get a Maserati for like 30K. BAM Investor
C8
said we're going to see
is
all-time high this month.
nice.
Kennedy Griffin. Yeah, we talked about that. I don't really know how his algo works.
Someone said Trey wins 10 out of 10 times.
Oh, cool. People always sleep on me.
You're right. People do sleep on you.
I just want to say one thing to talk about the arm wrestling thing. Gabe and I tied. So me and Gabe tied in our arm wrestling match.
Remember that.
Yeah, just think about that.
Dude, that was honestly insane.
Dude, that was a wild 2 minutes.
Yeah, I know. You guys were like, I was like, bro, what is going on?
Maserati's a mechanics car. They always break. Yeah. Vix and TMI in the next NBA celeb game. That would be fun.
Gio said Rogue would beat them all. No, Rogue would not. Because
said,
Rogue
"What?
does
No
not have
way."
any
Yeah,
strategy. Rogue does not have the strategy. Okay.
Tesla Plaid. What is that? Ortex updated the short interest. Yeah, we saw that. So let's refresh this again to see if it changed. Ooh, it did change. Let's see what we got here. Short interest went up today, 1.95% now. Current short interest, 16.15%. Utilization will change tomorrow, 93.55. I'm guessing that's going to go back up over 94. And we're seeing the exchange reported short interest as reported today, but the settlement date, July 30th. So remember, that short interest number is only good for that day only. And the short interest percentage for that day, 16.78%. So still very high. Oh God. Yeah, they doubled down again. 100%. They keep doing it. Rogue, how was your day today, man?
Phenomenal. So actually pretty good. I just hung out on Twitter most of the day. Chilled out. Because my back. But I think I'm feeling better.
Interesting. Can you explain the utilization rate, please? Yes, sir. It is the amount of shares that institutions are willing to lend out. So let's say, for example, that number is 100 versus the amount of shares that have already been sent out on loan. So say they've loaned out, for this example, 93.55 shares, just as an example. Then that would mean the utilization would be 90.55. It's a percentage. Oh,
remember back when it was like 100?
Let's get hyped. This is going to be a fun time.
Yeah,
I can already see more people piling in here. We're going to get TMI. We're going to get Kenan. We're going to have some fun tonight.
Rogue is such a grandpa. Why? Because my back.
Rogue is a grandpa.
Yeah. My body is like a grandpa.
Oh, I think Kenan may have said something. I think he said something. There's some people coming in here. So shout out to Kenan. We're going to have a nice talk about YouTube, the stock today, Kenan's story, and we're just going to have an all-around good time in here. Oven mitts are on. Oh, yeah, because I thought since Kenan was having issues with his YouTube channel that he wasn't going to be able to make it tonight. So I was going to dress up in like a suit. I was going to iron some stuff out. We were going to go for it. Maybe next time, though, we can get it going. Let's see. Yeah. Also, for all of you guys, the new people that are piling in here, with everything that has been going on today, I did make a backup channel. It is pinned to the top. So if you guys don't mind just going over there and subscribing to the backup, that's where you're going to be able to find me if anything happens.
You know what you need to do too? You need to link that other account, that other YouTube channel. Your backup, you need to link it to this one.
Yeah, I got to do that.
Because it's a lot easier for people that are already, subscribed to you to see that, because they can just literally go to channels and it just pops up.
Right. Oh, Kenan's Discord fam is in here. What's up, guys? Let's do it. We are going to have a lot of fun tonight. Let's see. Oven mitt. Oh, Antics is going crazy in here. Yeah, Rogue, I do need to link it to my channel.
It'll definitely help out.
Definitely. My oven mitts are on. Oh, Antics going crazy again. Let's see. Kenan is on the way. Let's do it, guys. We're gonna have a real good time tonight.
It's not even power half hour yet. That's literally in a half hour.
Oh, it is. Watching the mods snipe the chat is amazing. Yeah, it's always funny when they do that.
He's gonna pop in literally at power half hour.
Oh,
you're
no.
like,
oh,
guys,
here, we're gonna have to tone down power half hour tonight.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and just push power half hour back to only power 5 minutes.
Oh yeah, we might have to do just a 5-minute power half hour. Yeah. The other thing about utilization, guys, for those of you guys who don't know, when utilization gets super high, it leads the way for one of those forced share recalls because it's increasingly more difficult to get those, like, your hands on those shares to loan out. Oh, what's up, Transparency? Shout out the mods. You guys are awesome. You guys put in a lot of work for the channels, and thank you guys so much. Yeah. Also, new background tonight, guys. I got a little green screen. You see that? Look, green screen.
Bro, push your hand up against the wall.
Vegas says, check the sub count on my backup now.
What is that?
Oh, you guys got it over 100? Thank you, guys.
Woo! There it is.
Chio says, no way Kenan knows what power half hour is all about. Kenan popped in for power half hour last night. And last night was when we were going real nuts in the power half hour. Discord fam in the building. Awesome.
Yeah, buddy. Where's Rogue's door chair? Rogue's door chair is not here at the moment.
Darth Bane back from dinner. Oh, all right, guys. Let's get it going. Oven mitts are on. We have Kenan Grace in the building. What is going on, man?
Let's go. Let's go. Let's get it,
my guy?
This is not financial advice. I just hope everybody in the building brought their oven mitts, baby. Let's get it. Oh, everybody in the comments, I got one thing to ask you. You know what? It's not even a question. It's a statement. Oven mitt check. Let me see if you got them on in the comments. Let me see if you got them on. I need to see them oven mitts, baby. Let me see if you got them on. Shout out to my guys for having me on. I appreciate y'all. And if I'm loud, oh well, I'm pumped. My channel is back.
Oh, it don't even matter, bro.
Oh, dude, I would be hyped up too if I was you. You're back from the dead.
Man. Let's get it. Let's get it. What's going on, family? It's so good to be in here with you. I appreciate both of you. I just want you to know that. And again, my channel went down. I wanted to come in a little earlier, but like you said earlier, my channel went down, so I had to handle that. But now I'm here, and I wanted you to understand that I really respect your time. And I was not going to flake on you. Everything in the universe was trying to stop us from meeting up like this, but I'm not having that. I'm not having it. Let's go.
Oh,
I see a lot of oven mitts in the chat. I see Wallace, oven mitt check, Pink Lemonade, oven mitt check. I see you. Let's go.
Oh, dude, the energy you bring all the time is awesome, dude. The time that you went on TMI's channel last, when I made a video that day, I swear you possessed me because I just started talking wild stuff in my video. I was going nuts.
That's what's up, man. You know what it is? It's like, and the love that we get from everybody that supports us. I was telling you, they have these hedge funds and these large institutions. They have billions of dollars, but they still don't have people who have their backs like we do.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
They don't have that. The people who have their backs, they have to pay, and it's still not the same level of loyalty.
Mm-hmm. How you feeling after today, man? We had real good earnings. Everybody was hyped up 11%, and then they just got us.
You know what? I'm feeling as if the earnings might encourage other large institutions to invest into the company now that because one of the major criticisms of AMC is that it isn't a strong play fundamentally. But every time that we turn around, we start to see that it gets closer and closer to being a better company fundamentally, just for the sole fact. And one thing that I said too was, imagine this. You know how people have preferences, like when they pick a cell phone, they're like, I don't like Android phones, I want an Apple phone, or the other way around. Now, like has never been this way in the past, to my understanding. If you had to choose which movie theater to go to, and you could choose to go to an AMC, you might have brand loyalty now to a movie theater. And this is totally a new experience. And this is one of those unquantifiable metrics that maybe these people who are doing price targets on it aren't keeping into consideration.
Yeah, dude, I agree 100%. When I was thinking about what happened in the earnings call, the one thought that was going through my head was like, oh boy, their short thesis is invalid now. Because what the company did in Q2 and what they're projecting that they're going to do over the next year.
Right.
And then I was like, oh, something. So like, it's possible that we start to see people like the shorts start to really feel the heat and freak out, especially with that Warner Brothers comment. But
bro, Adam Aaron kept on dropping one right after another, after another, after another. That was insane.
That was,
believe it or not, I didn't see it. I didn't see it.
No? Oh.
Nope, I didn't see it. Quick question. So I don't know how to do this on my computer yet. I'm still getting used to like going live and doing everything. Are you able to play videos and that we can all hear? Because I don't know. I can't do that.
So you can. I can't, because like whatever it is, I just have like the weirdest setup. I have to like figure out how to like make my setup better. But I've done it in the past. And what I do is I'll play the video, but I'll turn my mic to like the computer speaker and just play the video on my screen, and it works, but it's like not like you.
It's wonky. It's wonky, but it works. It gets okay. Yeah, you know what? Same thing here. I don't know how. Like I see all these like YouTubers, and no disrespect to anybody, but people who have like 1,000 subs or even 500, and they're doing reaction videos. I'm like, I don't even know how to do that. I have no idea.
Dude, you know what I use for my mic for my videos?
What?
My phone.
Me too. I'm shooting on the iPhone.
Yes. All right, I'm not the only one.
I'm shooting on the iPhone. That's funny.
The audio quality is good, man. It's not bad.
Oh, you know what though? I'll tell you this. On live, I don't know how to do it with the phone. So I'm on a Rode mic on live. So whenever I'm on live, my live videos are much higher quality, and I have a camera for live.
Gotcha.
But I'm using it as a webcam. But I still don't know how to share the screen and then have you be like able to hear it or anything like that. But when I do my videos, everyday videos for the last year, iPhone 12. iPhone 12.
Oh my God.
And this is just for anyone. If you guys want to start a YouTube channel, everybody who's in the comments or anything like that, and one day, just believe in yourself, you might blow up too and be right on here with us.
100%. I started back in December of 2020. Kenan, I think you were 2 years ago.
I started in like December 19.
Gotcha.
And then I had quit for like 6 months, and then I picked it back up late 2020.
Gotcha. That was a good time to do it.
Right.
Yeah, look at you guys now.
I know we're streaming at night, talking to a bunch of people. This is wild. It's like a weird thing to think about. It's like there are so many people that like watch like what we want, like what we put out. But it's like because we see like the numbers on the screen, but sometimes we don't see like the people behind the screen. That's why I like really like Twitter sometimes, because you can actually interact with people in the live streams.
Right.
Like you're actually seeing all the people that have like helped you get to the point that you're at right now.
Right. Isn't that something? And like another thing too, is sometimes you'll get like 20,000 views on a video or something like that. And then if you look up like what 20,000 people is, this is like Madison Square Garden. Like, and if we see 20,000 views on a video, you would think, okay, this video did okay.
Yeah. What was it like going on Fox? How was that?
Oh, it was great. It was great. But you know what's funny though? So everyone was like, Kenan, man, when you talk, you speak so confidently. And I always tell them, whenever you talk about something that you know well, you will have confidence in it. Like if we start talking about, I don't know, quantum physics or something like that, we might start to say, oh yeah, that's interesting. And just shake our head like this, right? Because we may not necessarily know all the ins and outs of it. So, but with this, we've been talking about this very thoroughly. So then we know what we want to say. And then one thing too, is people think once you get to like a level where we are, then you don't even get those butterflies anymore, but you do.
Mm-hmm.
And then what I tell myself with that is, if you feel like butterflies in your stomach, this just means that you care about what you're doing. It means that what you're doing, it's important, because if it wasn't important, you wouldn't feel that way at all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think you can see like a growth period from like when everybody like first started talking about AMC, or like even just on YouTube in general. It's like, well, you're learning things on the way, you're picking things up, like how to like really like deliver the information. And then like as we go, the information and the presentation of it just keeps getting better. That's how I feel. I mean, I've watched a couple of your videos. You're just bang, 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 bang. It's awesome, man.
Right. You know what, too? I'll say this. One thing that a lot of people need to consider is how much time and research it takes to just do what we're doing here. And this isn't like, oh, pity party, oh, you guys are working so hard, right? It's just more so of we really care about the information that we are giving to you guys. And then we're willing to stand out in front of it and then talk to everyone just so we can get the knowledge out. This is why when I went on to Fox News, I had to really, the first thing I wanted to say to Charles was, I really appreciate you. You have one of the highest platforms of any ape ever, and you are using it to literally talk about AMC. He's speaking to the world daily, and then he uses this opportunity to shed light on us who in the past have largely been unnoticed.
100%. They a lot of people have been asking tonight. So I think it was Nipol. He's saying, you guys are my favorites. Ape Zoom vid. A lot of people want to do like a really large, like it's almost in my mind, it would be like a virtual meet and greet where we just like open up like a giant Zoom call and then just talk to everybody.
I like it.
Probably not stream it though. just in case, bro.
You might, this is something you do on your second channel.
There you go.
This will be the initiation to your second channel. Hey guys, if you all come on over here.
Do you have a second?
Can't take any risks.
I don't have a second channel yet, but I'm thinking about it now. Like, you know how, for example, Trey, he has, what is it, like Trey's Clips or something like that?
Oh, I don't think that's his.
You don't think that's his?
No, I think it's just some guy that started running it.
Hey, Trey, you need to get on top of that, because someone else is getting compensated for your work.
100%.
Was on me for a while. He was like, dude, second channel, come on, do it. And then like I was like really busy with stuff, and then today was kind of the last straw. So I do have a second channel now. It is pinned to the top. So if you guys want to go check that out, go for it. Also, if you guys aren't following Kenan on Twitter or on YouTube, you guys are missing out on a lot of good information and a lot of good entertainment too.
1000%.
Much love, guys. Much love. I appreciate it. And then, man, I'm happy to be on here, man. I really am. I love interacting with the ape community so much, and I try to do it every chance I get. And I was really I'm gonna reiterate this because I felt this very strongly. I was thinking like, man, Vix, he's gonna think that I'm really trying to dodge him, like man, Kenan,
dude. I honestly thought, I was like, oh, if he needs to like go take care of his stuff, like completely got it, we'll do it another time. And then you were like, oh, I'm still coming on, and I was like, let's do it, man.
One thing is, we have to be, and not to sound sexist or anything, but like, I'm a man. I want to be a man of my word, if nothing else. And that's so important. That's so important to me, because if I say I'm going to do it, then at a minimum, I need to either do it or try my best to do it. It's as simple as that. Or what do we have at the end of the day if we don't have our word? Especially speaking to the community, our word means everything. So it was 100%. Funny, right? And you guys may remember this. I don't know if you do, but it's a story about it's Trey again, right? So this is when I think Trey might have had like 100,000 subs or even less at the time, and he did something that I was like, you know what, I like this guy, right? I like this guy a lot, and he had what was it? He had a fundraiser, and it was like he was live like all day, like you know how Matt Kors goes live all day, like Trey was live all day, and then he was bringing in funds for Army veterans. And then it was like, I think he brought in like $11,000, and then he like showed the screenshot on the community page, and it was like that he basically gave every dollar that he got from the super chats to the community page. And then I was talking to someone else who wasn't a YouTuber, and they were like, there's no way that a guy would just give $11,000 that he just made today away, right? There's no way. And then I was thinking to myself, you know what? you don't understand how valuable it is. It's way more valuable to keep your word in a position like that, or in a position like we're in, than it is to have $11,000. There's no way you would throw your word away and your stance in the community for $11,000. But it was just like the person I was talking to, 11,000 was just so much to them that they kind of couldn't grasp it. But I was really trying to say, like, no, in a space like ours, like, for example, Charles Payne, he's talking to everybody all day. He is in a position where he could mess up, and the cancel culture that we live in now just get canceled. Why is this guy talking about a meme stock, right? And just get canceled and not be taken seriously. So we all are in a position where our word is more valuable than dollar amounts.
Right. 100%. Kenan, I got a special guest to bring in here for you, man.
Oh, let's see.
He's back from fighting Batman tonight. I say that every time.
Mic check, mic check. 1 2 1 2. What's going on, people?
The master investor.
Hey, there he is.
I like it. I like it. Hey, Short the Fix. What you got in the background, homie? This is a different look for you right now. I like it.
Yeah, I had to move the setup. It was just gonna be too noisy with where I was.
No, I like it. I like it a lot. Kenan, how you doing, man? I heard you got the channel back. Congratulations.
I appreciate y'all for having my back on that. Man,
you need to make that second channel. You need to make it, bro.
You
have a second channel?
I don't have a second channel. I don't.
Okay, listen. Between you and Short the
TMI
Fix,
was on me for the longest time.
Make this make sense to me, gentlemen. Make this make sense to me. You guys bust your butt creating the best YouTube channels. Basically, I'm not going to talk crap. But let's be real. Okay, the only YouTube channels that I actually watch are basically right here in this chat right now. Okay, so let's get it straight. You guys do all this stuff. They stretch you guys. You guys need the backup channel. You need a Twitch. You need a backup channel. You need what's it called? You need you have Instagram?
I have Instagram.
Okay, I gotta follow you on Instagram. Yeah, okay. You guys need everything. Everything. Just in case. These guys are not playing around. Before the week even started, I said, all right, guys, look, here comes the BS. Follow me on my backup because I know this week's gonna be a bit crazy. And then boom, challenges started popping off.
I will say this.
Go ahead.
YouTube is a big platform for me, but my Discord family is different. It's different. Like it's like imagine having like, I don't know if you guys know this is a rapper. I mean, I'll give you like a real example. There's a rapper named Tyga and Young Money, right?
Oh, I know that. Yeah,
like,
of course. Yeah,
and Tyga, if you go check out his Instagram, I'm not 100% sure, but I think this guy, he has like 10 million followers or 20 million followers.
Yeah.
22. I'm looking it up right now. I don't know if you can't see it well, but he has 22 million followers.
I don't follow him, but I peep every once in a while. He has a few posts where I'm kind of like, what the heck is going on here?
And I don't follow him either. No disrespect, Tyga, if you ever watch this, but the reason I'm going to bring this up because it just makes a lot of sense. And this ties back to like my Discord family that we always talk about. Like you see them in the comments. It's like this. Tyga has like 22 million followers on Instagram. Who knows on his other social medias? But if he puts an album out, he sells like 1,000, 10,000 albums, like the whole length of the entire like time. It doesn't go gold, doesn't go diamond or anything like that.
Right.
What's going on? The people that follow him don't support him. So then the people who are in my Discord community support me very strongly. So
that's the Nipsey Hussle. He released one album for $100 and sold to 1,000 people. He made $100,000. He didn't have to sell it to 50,000 people or sell 100,000 records. He just had that core fan group that followed him everywhere, right? So no, I'm with that 100%. I get that. You have a core devoted family. Well, it's called the family.
Yeah, it's the family. It's the family. That's why I don't even call them fans. I call them family. And then when I'm in the Discord and I'm talking to people, and then they're like, "Oh man, I love how you interact with us in the Discord." I'm like, "Hey, look, I told you, we Discord. This is the family. This is a family. You know, I'm in here with you, just like I said." And then we grow these relationships with the people, and then they see us for who we are, and then we have this strong relationship. And if I was talking to someone like Tyga, I would say, you know, you got to get out here. You got to shake hands. You got to, you know, pick people's babies up, take pictures with them. Like, you got to get out here with the people. You can't just be on Mount Olympus and expect people to, you know, relate to you.
I know what you mean.
With the family.
My bad. I hit the space bar.
I didn't know what happened. I was still here, but I was just like,
you kicked him out?
Moved my hand
I thought he
just
bumped out.
and then you were gone, and I was
this
like,
guy lost
what
YouTube.
happened?
I lost restream. I'm like, all right, we don't know what the heck's going on right now.
Just big conversation, just a timeout.
I was gonna tell YouTube today. I was like, all right, look, YouTube, you got about like an hour, and now I'm gonna tweet out, YouTube is deleting all the black finance accounts on YouTube and just make
Oh
that go
boy.
viral. I was like, we're just gonna pull every card. Okay, ape card, pull it. Black card, pull it. I'm like, we're just start, and then it's like, you know what? He got his channel back. I was like, all right, cool, 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 cool.
The
Dude,
I
turnaround,
told them they got
is
2
nuts
hours.
right now.
Mhm.
the turnaround on
we
that
don't
was
know what we
crazy.
can say or not. It's like we're trying to deliver the information about a stock. And
Right.
like,
Every-
Kenan, you like I've seen like you focus on like a lot of things, but like AMC, like you're deep into now, which is
Right.
awesome. It's awesome to have you in the community. But like we're doing is just talking about a stock. It's like, why are we
Right.
having this many issues when we're just talking about like finance?
Exactly.
There was
I know.
someone
It's
on.
like
No.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say that's literally why, like, every time this happens to somebody, I make a tweet and I say, "You got 2 hours, YouTube. You got 2 hours, or there's there's probably gonna be a boycott of YouTube." So they got 2 hours because that's how long it took for Matt, and that's how long it took for TMI, and then Matt again. So they had 2 hours.
Geez.
You know,
You're on the clock.
they brought you back.
You know what,
So-
too? I think we're starting to. Now I'm just gonna say it. I think the apes, we're starting to be able to throw some weight around. There's weight in our numbers, and we're making it happen. YouTube, Vix, he hit me up on Twitter, and he was like, "Kenan, look, we got their attention," and they like got back to us like really quickly. And the next thing you know, I'm back on. But again, everybody who's an ape who's listening to this, I want you to understand that together, they say apes together strong. Titanium, like it's real. It's real. Individually, we are weak, but together, extremely powerful.
I'm
Extremely
telling you, it
powerful.
was.
We
1,000%.
can trend things on
Yeah.
Twitter if we want to. It's just like, oh, if we decide on one hashtag for the day, it's gonna trend.
Exactly.
Every time.
Right.
I lost my channel in the morning stream at 9:30. No, it was morning stream around 9:30. Trey was on. He pops on. Trey's like, "Hey, look, your channel's gone." I was like, "What? Channel's terminated." 2 hours later, channel's back.
Boom.
It went from "it's all over" to trending on Twitter to "A's going crazy" to "all right, we made a mistake. Here goes the channel back." I'm like, "What the heck? That's not supposed to happen like that." But we make enough noise and anything's possible. Next week,
Exactly.
same thing.
Right.
Next week,
Exactly.
a week and a half later, then it's your channel and Avi and New York Angelo. How is it 3
Yeah.
channels today?
It was ridiculous.
Nothing
You know
else
what's
on
really
YouTube, though.
ridiculous too? If we were to make a very public mistake, we would have to have some justification for it, but we never hear back about it.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah, on TMI's, I think they just apologized to you. They're just like, oh, sorry.
Yeah.
You can't just delete like someone's
Give me a
basically
warning.
career.
Yeah. Give me a
Basically,
warning. Just
you
like,
can't just delete their career and be like, "Oh yeah, my bad."
Right. And then in these cases, how do we know not to make the same mistake again?
oh, you
They
know,
If you don't
what I'll tell you
explain
this?
to us what we did wrong.
Yeah,
Right.
you know what I'll
Yeah.
tell you is that when you were on my live stream, you guys actually were all in the live stream. That was stepped down for monetization as limited because of the content that was on the channel. And I was looking at this and I was just like, I should have sent you a message. Because that's probably the beginning of realizing they're probably gonna come after your channel next. Because that happened when Trey was on the first time, it was stepped down. He came on the second time, my channel was deleted. You came on, it was stepped down. You went on again. So I don't know what's going on here. Someone might have been trying to hit up your channel, like I don't know, algorithms. It's apparently just algorithm censorship, all that good stuff.
There could be a lot of people bots reporting too.
It could,
Like
yeah,
a lot
it
of
could be
bots.
moving. Yeah.
Yeah.
So be careful.
It
Be
could be
careful.
multiple things, but they have to look into that stuff. They can't just be like, "Oh, there has to be policies in place," and they're doing it all wrong in YouTube.
Exactly. Hey, Kenan, Mike says he sent you a little a new SEC rule to your Instagram DM. That could be interesting to go over. And then Corey's in the Discord fam. King Kenan,
go.
stay blessed. Oh, you guys are awesome.
Appreciate it. I'm telling you, the type of
Corey B?
support and love we have in the ape community is real. It's so real. And I was talking to someone else, and I was telling them, so like, you know, I'm not one to name drop because we drop a name, and next thing you know, people think you're beefing. But like when
Like Kenan and Tyga right now.
right, he don't want it with the Discord fam. But that's a beef I'll take. But YouTubers, all right. So like this, there are some YouTubers who they try to seem like infallible, you know, like, oh man, you know, I'm always right, I'm the greatest, I'm the best, this and that and the third. And then when they mess up, people are like, oh, look at you, you messed up. But I feel as though when we come out and we're honest and vulnerable, like, you know what, guys, we thought this was it, but now this is it. And then people are like, okay, you are human. And then they can connect to you on that level, on the human level, and then looking up to you like again, like you're on Mount Olympus. And it just really makes the connection so strong. I love it. I love it.
I think what a lot of people don't fully understand is like we want to give out the right information. So if like something changes or like it's not fully like what we thought it was, it hurts us too, because we're like, damn, I thought that was it.
Right. And you know what's funny too? A lot of the time we are mostly right, like 90%, let's say, but then the hedge funds, they see it coming and then they're like, okay, let's go to let's use the Rolodex and open up a new manipulation tactic, right? And then it's like, okay, so you would have been right yesterday, but now it's today. So it's a whole new thing. And that's what I was telling Charles Payne. We just have to like overturn every single rock and just see what's under it. And who knows how long we're going to be doing this, but we are going to keep doing this.
Yeah, it goes back to what Trey said as well with like the infiltration stuff. Like that's the biggest threat. Like we've seen it like on the weekends, sometimes during the week, there's just like weird drama that just starts.
Yeah, I stay off Twitter now during weekends.
Yeah,
I'm off it. I'm not dealing with it.
If it quacks like a duck, it's a synthetic share.
That's right. You stay off on the weekend,
said that, right?
I always say that.
It's absolutely not.
If it looked like a duck, it quacked like a duck. It's probably a synthetic share.
That's great.
No, I think there's been some unnecessary drama as of recently, where it's just kind of like we could have easily avoided had we just taken some time off. It's Saturday, it's Sunday. People are stressed. People got to relax. They have to go outside. They got to chill. They got to go to the movies. You know, we don't have to talk to each other all the time. It's just like it's like going away on vacation with your family for a month. It's like the first 2 weeks is like it's bliss. And then, you know, you start realizing that they're still your family. You know, the things that piss you off at home, they're still gonna piss you off now. So it's all right, cool. 3 weeks in, you're kind of like, all right, you get into my nerves a little bit. 4 weeks, you're like, all right, cool, I want to go home. Like it's enough's enough. Let's go home.
Right. We all need that balance. That's why I take the weekends off.
The other thing, it's like it's emotional now because the stock is down significantly from the high. It's like we didn't really see any drama when the stock was at 50, 60, 70.
Yeah, right. When we were going up.
And I always tell people, if you can't handle the heat, you better bring your oven mitts. You need to bring your oven mitts. It's not because, look, there's no heat on a green day. There's no heat. It's great. It's beautiful. Everybody, you get in on a green day and it keeps going up. There's no heat there. There's heat.
Right.
Heat is fiery. It's red. You got to think about that. This is what we're telling you about. And then what's also funny too is like on Twitter, like you said, you have to like get off of it on the weekends. If you post on Twitter, then it's kind of different, right? Because when you're on YouTube, you're kind of like not to let's just keep it real. You're in an echo chamber almost. Like everybody who's watching your videos, they like you, right? When you go on Twitter, you might encounter getting a retweet and end up finding other people who don't like you or don't agree with you. So they're like,
you can't hide on Twitter. You can't hide at all. Man. You cannot hide on. They'll find you.
They'll find you, right? And they're on your back on Twitter. So then it's just something. It's just something else. And you can only
let's dig more into that because people don't know. People don't know how much people get into each other's backs. Let me put a message here. I had some guy come at me like with some bass in his voice. I could tell by the text. He came at me.
I got one today too. It was nuts. I was like, really, bro? Like,
I was like, I wish your mother would. Like, people say things online they wouldn't say in person. And don't get me wrong, I'm not some sort of tough guy, but I can stand up for myself. You know what I mean? So this guy came at me a couple weeks ago, and he might be here in the chat, and I don't really care. He came at me a couple weeks ago. I'm trying to find the message. I have so many idiots that come at me sometimes. It's ridiculous. Not people who send me messages. No disrespect to the live chat. If you send me messages with questions, I get that. That's cool. This guy came at me. He said, "I reported your channel, and you're I'm gonna expose you. You're fake. You're no good." Da 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 da. He came back to me on Sunday, and he's like, "Hey man, look, I had a bad day."
Wow.
Okay. And I was just like, bro, I didn't respond to either message because I was like, you know what, let me just leave this alone. Because I didn't respond to the first one because I was like, you know what, I don't want to add any drama to the community. I don't want to have, when the wolf barks to the moon, no one says anything. The wolf barks back, it's news all over the front page. You know what I mean? So I was like, all right, you know what, let me just keep this chill, relax. He came back later and apologized. So I realized that the red of the screen the more difficult people are gonna have like with their day-to-day lives. Like people are
Oh
just
boy,
gonna have.
that's true.
Yeah.
We had a green day, and he came back and said, "Look, man, look, I just had a bad day." And I was just like,
Emotional trading. It's
"It's tough."
that's the devil, man. The emotional trading.
It
That's what the devil looks like when the stock is going red, and the next thing you know, the demon come out of people.
it's different.
Speaking of emotions, Rocket says Kenan's EQ is off the charts. Normally just joke around in the chats, but his awareness is impressive. New sub here. Kenan, you got a new sub, man. So it was
let's
worth it.
go.
Let's go.
Let's
Hey,
go.
some guy said, "Tell TMI to fix." This is not my channel, guys. This is Short the Vix's channel.
It said, yeah. It's
TMI, fix your channel.
I was like, I
hey,
should
it
look at
turned
my
into
screen. I was
Rogue's
like,
channel last night when my whole setup just went like kaput.
Oh yeah, I took over.
"Oh shoot, hey, welcome to the club, Short the Vix. Now you know what it's like to have someone take over your
Let's
channel."
go.
Yeah.
There you go.
You know what, too? So here's something. Go back to the Twitter thing, right? So, so somebody said to me, they were like, Kenan, if AMC comes down to the $20, you lied about AMC. You da da da. I'm thinking to myself, hold up, guy. I come on here every day and I tell you why AMC is the most manipulated stock that has ever existed, and then you get surprised when the stock is being manipulated. Come on, how does that make sense? How does that make any sense?
People going on
Bro,
the TMI
you're
channel,
preaching
and they're
to
like,
the
why are you
choir,
wearing a
bro.
mask and you're in a dark room? It's like,
Right. Like, you come to
It's
the
like-
Masked Investor channel.
Sometimes
Yeah,
I think
any other
people just-
medium.
Yeah,
in
go
any
ahead, go
other
ahead.
medium, this wouldn't make sense. Like think of this. Imagine you were like a driving instructor, right? And you're like, hey guys, everybody on the road is trying to hit you with their car, and you need to wear your seatbelt, and the weather conditions are bad. So you're telling them like how to live and how to operate defensive driving. And the next thing you know, they get on the road and then they crash and they weren't wearing a seatbelt, and they're like, oh, cars are a scam. No. Did you listen to anything you said in driving school? Like,
Yeah.
like
So let me
cars
get
are not a
straight.
scam.
So you bought the car, you
Love
bought the
these
insurance,
analogies.
took the lessons, and then you said cars are like, no, cars aren't a scam. You might be a bad driver, or the roads might be a little bumpy, the weather might be a little bad condition right now, but hold on to that car, and sunny days will come. But until those sunny days come, boy, oh boy, it's tough sometimes. You got to steer that ship. I will say this though, people in the chat, a lot of them are followers of the family, followers of Short the Vix, followers of the Rogue, followers of myself, and for the most part, they're great. They like
Oh,
people that are in the chat right now. They're amazing, man.
Oh,
Excellent
yeah.
people.
They are good. They are good. It's
Goats.
the ones that just jump in at a left field, that come in out of nowhere. Because I can
That's
see the
right.
chat telling them to shut up. Like,
Most people,
hey,
most people
212-416, shut up. It's
you know
like,
what, you know what's crazy? So most people think like when you guys all went to like I forget where it was, right? When you got all together in person, and like they're like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, you guys are the AMC Avengers, and I tell everyone, I want you to really look at Avengers Endgame, and you see like there's Captain America there, there's Thor there, there's Iron Man there, but there's everybody else. There's
a
thousands
lot
of
of
people,
people.
right?
Yup.
All of
That's
us
everybody.
together.
That's the ape community.
The
Actually,
ape
Exactly.
community.
Yeah,
We
look at
are the
Marvel.
AMC Avengers. All of us together.
Exactly.
All
If you
of
look
us
at Marvel,
together. It's
they
not
actually
just
had
the people.
exactly
Yep.
4.1 million Avengers. Facts.
That's right. Everybody together. It's not just the people who you may see on screen. It's all of us together. Every
Yeah.
single one of us. We
Right.
are the AMC Avengers.
And there are people that you don't see that own more shares than everyone you do see on screen together. When I tell
Right.
you, there's people that you don't see that own a lot of shares, that hold a lot of weight, that move the
Yeah.
stock
Them
more than you
whales.
realize. I'm just saying. I haven't seen BlackRock on YouTube, but they've been doing a lot.
I've
That's right.
seen a couple people's position. Like some people will send them
Hey.
in, and I'm like, oh my god, oh my
Oh
god.
my
David
goodness. They're
says diamond rings, limousines, poor hedge fund dreams.
This guy's rapping.
Tell him I'm not having that. Say it all together. Oh, we could do that.
Dr. Dazzle says, T-My, you can legit find some fellow apes to be bodyguards for you. That's no fun though, to be honest. I'd rather get beat up than have someone protect me every once in a while. If it was like 4 or 5 people, okay, I might need some help. But if it's one person, like, yeah, you win some, you lose some. Let's figure it out. Let's find it out.
Oh,
I had another
I
guy come to
don't
Twitter
like
saying,
time out the shills in the chat and the people saying wild stuff. I just like go back at them.
yes.
I'm just like,
Oh, yeah.
we're gonna have fun here at this point. Like it's a late night stream. Like,
Oh, is it power? Oh, okay. So you want to
it
break
is.
Yeah, it
I
is.
don't know. Kenan, you popped in for Power Half Hour last night, and I was like, oh no, this is like the wrong time for you to
pop in.
Oh yeah, I can handle the heat. Every now and again, I gotta show up. I gotta show up for the family.
Oh,
And you guys are a part of the family.
Yeah, I take off my hat for
Oh,
power
yeah.
half hour sometimes. I put on bandana because it gets too hot in here. It
Ooh,
gets a little too toasty in here. It gets a little toasty. I had some guy tell me, hey, he said, I hate you, da, da, da. Wait till I see you at ApeCon. I'm like, wait till you see me at ApeCon. Wait till you see me. It's like, you
listen,
expect me to run away from you?
ApeCon. if ApeCon is post Squeeze,
Yes.
listen, come on now, come on. If ApeCon is post Squeeze, you're gonna see me in my yacht, and you might be in your yacht, and you can just talk junk over there.
If
I
you're
love
talking
that.
dirty, you can't come to my yacht. You'll just be on your yacht. It's fine. We'll have like different
That's great.
yachts. If one of us goes to war, we all go to war. I feel like that's kind of how we've handled the YouTube stuff recently. It's like any of us goes down, it's like everybody's gonna help because everybody has their own like thing to add to the community.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, almost everybody. Oh, she said, oh, what time is it? It's 9:34. It's about that
Dude,
time.
you've been talking wild stuff about that one person today.
So listen, you know what I said? I said that I wish they didn't take away Kenan, Avi's, and the New York Angelo channel. I wish they took away the Eight Fathers channel instead. I told that guy, I don't give a damn how many times people tell me to start talking about him. He keeps telling people to show their position, trying to get people in legal trouble. That is the stupidest thing that I've heard
Yeah.
come from somebody else. So it's just it needs to be people like, well, don't talk about. He's trying to get people to do illegal. He's trying to get YouTube channels shut down here.
Yeah.
Intentionally or unintentionally, it's not smart.
He did also the day that you went down told people to stop focusing on you.
I got the screenshots. I'm well aware.
Oh,
I know. There's a method for my madness.
TMI keeps the receipts.
I told my boxing match for charity in Vegas. Listen, I'm all for it.
Oh man, dude, if
look
you
for
get
now.
into a boxing match, like you know how like Logan Paul and the rest of them are doing that, and now the
yeah.
Hey
gay
man,
community
hey,
is doing boxing.
look. I'm not wearing Nike
I'm
for no reason
there.
now. I know
I'm
exactly
there.
what time it is. We're trying to get ready for the match.
I'll train you, buddy. We'll come. We'll get Matt.
remember you
We'll get
said that.
Matt to come train you.
I remember you said
Dude,
that. I'm down.
that
with
would be
I'm
so
down with
dope.
that.
If something like that
That'd be
happened, I think I buy out the front row for everybody to join all of the apes.
Oh, all right, listen.
Oh,
That'd
that
be
would
awesome.
be fun.
I'm gonna start working out from now. The plan is this. Post Squeeze, I'm all in, baby. I'm all
yeah.
in. We're going to work. I don't know
Buy out
who.
the front
Yeah,
row.
we could do it for charity.
Let's go.
If I need knock out a
charity.
16-year-old kid for charity, I'm knocking a 16-year-old kid for charity. Yeah, we can do that. That's cool.
So yeah, I'll knock out a
They,
16-year-old
there's some
kid
people
for
in the chat
charity.
calling us the X-Men now. We got the X-Men all together. That's pretty cool.
Oh,
Avengers,
yeah.
X-Men. What else is there? We got Justice League. We could be called.
I like that.
Right. And we got the who do we have? We had the hedge funds, the Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
I like
True.
that. Okay,
Kenny G's
all
the
right.
Joker.
Kenny who? Oh, Kenny G.
Yeah.
So let's see here. What kind of crazy question can we start you guys off with? Okay. So let's say, this is for you three. Okay.
See, I told you it always starts with you.
Hey man, look, you got.
Yeah, what's going on right now?
So we're gonna go with we're gonna go with a game called Vix, Marry, Kill.
Man, just say Vix.
Vix.
Yeah.
Late night fix for short the Vix, Marry, Kill. Okay. Oh, you know what? How about this? Vix, long, short. How about that?
Okay, that's actually a good one.
Turn it a little more finance. Okay.
Yeah.
You got three options. You got Anna Kendrick, Jennifer Lawrence, and Amy Schumer.
Oh, you made it a real one? Why couldn't it have been like Kenny G, Plotkin, and like Sorkin?
Oh, okay. Kenny G, Plotkin, and CEO of Robinhood. Skip my
Vlad?
Glad.
I feel like I maybe Kenny G just for the bankroll. That's
I'm gonna
that's
short
all
Kenny
we'll
G.
pay
Wait,
for.
what do you mean Kenny G for the bank? Which one is it? It has to be short.
Yeah,
long.
I'm shorting Kenny G. That's all I care about.
We need three. We need all three.
Okay, long. What are the other two?
I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
Me
We have.
neither.
Who was it? Kenny G. It was Vlad, and it was who?
You the one that said it.
Oh, it came from Short the Vix. He split up my answers.
Bro, all I'm saying is
You forgot.
short Kenny G. I guess long long Vlad.
Superman says you're back, Kenan. Vix, you're after our show. and TMIs are hella fun. You're a fantastic way to end the day. Keep up the great work. And somebody wants Kenan to do the intro. People always ask me to do my intro.
This is nice.
So
Yeah,
it's nice to have people throw it onto somebody else.
Ooh, there you go.
This is not financial advice. I just hope you brought your oven mitts, baby, because it's about to get hot in the kitchen. Now, don't invest in companies you don't understand and don't believe in, because if they dip, you're not going to buy the dip. Ric Flair, baby. Woo! And then you're going to sell low and be right back here crying to me, and I'm not having that. So if you can't do the heat of these hot stocks, and stay out of the kitchen and consider investing in index funds. Here we go.
That is the best intro out of any of the finance YouTubers, and TMI has a pretty solid one.
Listen. I had to come up with something. I saw this intro on YouTube. And I was like, no, I'm not doing that. I can't. It's just gonna be not as good as like you don't even want to compete with that one. That's sick.
When I would go on where it came from, people would be like, "Intro, do your intro, Vix," and I was like, "No, it's horrendous."
Yeah, I don't even know where it came from. I think it just evolved over time.
You know what? Listen, if I do a YouTube boxing match down the line, Kenan, you have to definitely do my intro. Like you have to do like introducing, because I'll have Martian do the song. Boom Boom Cannons will be the song I walk out.
Ooh,
you'll be the one introducing me. You could be the referee.
Ooh,
that could be your. This is not financial advice. Someone about to get knocked out. You can change it up a little bit for
that. Oh, that's hard.
Apparently, we're also the Mighty Morphin Apes. Isn't that Power Rangers?
Oh boy, the Mighty Morphin Apes.
Mighty Morphin. I don't know, man. I think so.
Oh, the chat is bumping right now. Kenan brought the family in here, and you guys are going wild.
Let's go.
Wow, TMI. I know some of your boys are in here. They're throwing avocados in the chat.
Avocados like crazy.
It's your favorite fruit.
I might need to create some shirts called Short Avocados. I might just take this mainstream.
Oh,
I might just start rocking the short the avocado gear on my YouTube channel soon.
My new one is just a short low, cover high.
Yeah, like the rest.
Oh, you know what's funny? So people were in my comments, right? And they were like, man, I hate KG. I hate KG. I'm like, what did I do? But they were talking about Ken Griffin, and I was like, oh my god, we got the same initials. We got the same initials. I was
you could make one that's just like I am KG, and people would be like so confused,
right? They'd be like, whoa, hold on. Who are you supporting, man? Like, oh my goodness.
I just see a lot of KG. I saw a lot of KG. I was thinking Kevin Durant. I was just like, Kevin Garnett. Kevin Garnett. I was thinking, why are people talking about Kevin Garnett? I was like, anything is possible, maybe. I was just like, all right, cool, but what does that have to do with this? And then I was like, oh, okay, Kenny Griffin.
Right.
TMI used to be short. TMI's avocado. I love it. Do you have
Kenan, I can't say approve. Kenan, I can't say I approve of the people you associate with on here, but you're all right, man. New sub here. I hodl for them and hodl for you. Rhode Island, good to see you in the chat again.
I appreciate you for the love, big dog. Let me chime in because I got to stick up for my dogs. So I want you to take a step back really quick. No disrespect, but I want you to take the time because right now we're having fun. But when it comes to the research, it's not a game. I want you to check everybody's channels right here to see what time it really is with a regularly programmed video, and then you'll see why I rock with them.
Ooh,
exactly.
Here
we do like on my channel one video after right after the market closes. We do 2 hours of the stream just like hard hitting AMC stuff, and then it's like the end of the day. Everybody's kind of getting ready to go to bed, so we just have a little fun. So if it's like a big red day like today, try to get people into a good mood before they go off to bed, no matter if it's like a green or a red day, because people have off days.
Yeah, and anytime people want to come rip me my channel, I'm like, don't rip me here. Go to Late Night Fix or Short and Fix and rip me over there after 9:30. Wait for this good DD, good information. Wait for that to come. Then 9:30 comes, then feel free to send all the. That's why you see avocados now, because they throw whatever. Do you have
just mainly on Twitter?
Yeah, well, for now he's on YouTube. Do you have a like a Kenan's glove account? Like, do you have some accounts that are like your own derivative accounts?
There are some. There's like Kenan bow tie. There's Kenan's trackpad.
Oh, there we go.
Because I wasn't using a mouse on my live stream, so they can hear like Kenan's trackpad.
I have one. You want to know what it's called?
Yeah, what's it called?
It's called
what is it?
Short Thesis.
No. You have more than one.
Yeah, you
I have
do.
another one.
Oh, you had a couple.
On YouTube, yeah, but on Twitter.
No. I'm talking about
Oh,
YouTube.
okay.
Oh, the YouTube ones are funny. Like I have a babysitter. Like there's
Oh,
STV's
boy.
babysitter.
Yep. There's what's it called? Oh, there's Long the something else. Long
Oh
the
yeah,
Vix.
that one.
There's
Oh,
Long the
yeah.
Vix.
There's TMI's Nike promo team. Those are funny.
Yep. I had someone change their name. I think it was one of the mods changed his name to TMI's P bottle because I can't go to the washroom
yikes.
to go to the streams. So they're like, you just need to get a little bottle and just keep it there so you don't have to go to the washroom. I was just like, okay, all right, done and done.
There have been a couple where I'm like, guys, we can't have that one floating around in the chat.
Oh,
Some of those wild ones. Vicks Vapor Rub. How did we not come up with this yet?
TMI. How many hours a day do you live stream?
That's a
All
good
of them.
question. That's a
Or
good
like, what is
question.
like the average? Do you live stream like 3 times, right?
Yeah, so it's right now it's 2.5 in the morning, it's 2.5 midday, and then it's an hour after, so around 6 hours a day, and then I make a video wrap up after that. And then I hop on late night Facebook show the Vix. Because you know what though, honestly, right now it's a different I'm trying to figure out, I'm like, it's a different time because it's red. If it's green, it's different, people are fine. When it's red, it's a little bit different. It's like people they don't need more content, but reassurance for those who just
Right.
got in and went immediately read. They need a little something extra,
They just
Like,
want a confirmation bias.
Yeah, I think when things are green, people will be like, all right, cool. I made 500% today. When things start really taking off, I'm up, X amount of money today. I'm gonna go golfing, or I'm gonna go out to the mall, or I'm gonna go shopping. When things are red, they're like, okay, what the heck's going on here? You know what I mean?
Right.
So
Yeah.
I think
I think
it'll be
Kenan's
all right.
energy just snaps everybody right out of it.
Sean, it's
like
Sean
Sean just said,
potato
not to
snap.
get hot in the kitchen. Kenan, you fire me up. I appreciate you. You're like, yeah. The energy that you bring and just like the overall attitude to everything. Like I told you before, it was like I'm like just like talking to you that one day on TMI stream. Like my video after was just me going crazy.
Pumped. You know what it is? It's like I think I try to I don't even try. It just happens. Like I think I embody that what I say in the beginning, like don't invest in a company you don't believe in or something you don't understand. And the short squeeze play, I totally understand it and I totally believe in it. So whether it's red or green, that doesn't change anything for me. It's the same.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It doesn't change anything for me.
What people want to know is, what do you have for breakfast?
Who, me?
Yeah, that's what
you want to hear something funny? This might shock everybody. I don't drink coffee at all.
That's a lie. That's a damn lie. See, now I question everything you've ever
What
said.
do you drink then? An energy drink?
Not a drop. Every now and again, I might have an energy drink, but it's really, I might be an extrovert, and I think that might be it. I think I'm getting like so much energy from the people, and they're showing me the oven mitts, and they're saying, "Oh, this is not financial advice," and I'm just like, "Let's go!" Right? Like I'm pumped. And when I see everybody else making money, because I don't remember what the statistic is, but I think like the average American doesn't even have like $500, or maybe it's 5,000. I can't remember, but it's like one of the two. It's either 5,000 or 500.
Yeah,
I think
probably
it's
500.
I think yeah.
So then when I see people investing and saying, "Oh, look, I made $500 today," or and I'm like, "You already ahead of the curve, man." Like I just love to see it. Love to see it.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. And you know what? That has got to be why it's so important that we get these channels back. Like they take away a channel, and it's more than just like it is someone's job, it is a form of income for somebody, it is someone's like legwork, but also it takes away the opportunity for other people to learn, to grow, to earn money, right?
Right.
So it's a bit ridiculous when these things happen, but yeah, you bring that energy. Like people like, you know what he eats for breakfast? I'm like, no, I don't know what he eats for breakfast. Like, how, what? I don't know what he eats. I'm like, all right, no, I'll do. I'll ask him next time I see him. So there we go. Wait, you didn't answer the question. I just realized that. What do you eat for breakfast?
What do I eat for breakfast? I don't even know if I have breakfast sometimes.
My God, this guy just wakes up like an Energizer battery.
Yeah, I don't think it's the food. I really just think it's just the people. Like, what do I eat for breakfast? What do I eat for breakfast? I don't even know. I don't even know what I eat for breakfast.
That's it. And Short the Vix just drinks hedgy tears. That's how he gets his energy.
Boom.
Oh, can we get some tears in the chat? Can we get some tears in the chat? Here I go. I'm going to the chat right now. Tears in the chat.
Be careful. It's about to get crazy in there. They're about to start making the chat wet, and then they're gonna take it from one thing to another thing. And be careful now. It's look. It already started.
Oh yeah, they go nuts. Tyler says, chatting up this girl, asked what my favorite position was. I said AMC stock. Oh God, Tyler. Tyler always gets me with the crazy.
That's
super.
good.
Heavy tears in the chat for
Here we
Kenan's
go.
reinstatement. 100%.
I saw Kitty jump in the chat. That's
I'm in the
hilarious.
chat. Tears in
I'll
the
drop one
chat.
in there too.
These are the hedge fund tears in the chat. They hate to see us happy. They hate to see us smile. They want to see us all down. They want us to live in a box that says Citadel, allegedly, supposedly, right on the side of the box.
They hated the earnings call.
They hated
I
it.
don't know how they could have potentially hate. I mean, that earnings call was unbelievable.
Yeah. It was insane.
Got a message for you there, Short Thesis.
There you go. I saw all the tears in the chat, baby. Hedge fund tears in the chat. That's what I'm talking about.
Too much. I like it. I like it.
TMI saying wild things in the chat again. Every once in a while, I'll see a TMI pop in the chat, and I'll just be like, it's power half hour.
You just gotta, give people jabs. And you know what? Another thing too is that we can't really say all the things that you want to say online all the time.
Right.
Right.
Like sometimes you just gotta make sure you relax a little bit. You don't go too heavy. But every once in a while, you get power hour, late night fix Short the Vix. You're getting the energy from the late night crew. Like they're able to take jokes. It's nice. It's nice. You don't have to worry about hurting too many feelings every once in a while. Everyone has a good vibe. It's good.
Right. It's important too. And one thing too that I'll say now that I'm thinking about it is, so all of my people who are watching us, who are potentially aspiring people who want to get into the lane that we are in, there's a lot to come with it. One thing that I want to say, one thing that helps you to grow as a creator is you got to be algorithm friendly. And what do I mean by that? Don't censor yourself, but at the same time, make sure that you're not saying words that will get your channel deleted or something like that. Like make sure you aren't just hitting just pressure points on the YouTube algorithm. And then also, like for example, how I was just on Fox, right? I could have easily have said something in the past that they were like, let's just go with the next guy. Like something like that. You want to make sure that you don't want to censor yourself. I want to be extra clear on that. But again, be conscious of the brand you're building.
Exactly.
I like that. Oh my days.
Would you read?
Some of these comments came in hot. Some of these comments came in heavy.
I see somebody said the chat just got wet. Yeah, tears in the chat.
On my last gallon, I actually wrote hedgy tears on it, and I'll just hold it up to the camera, and every stream, I was like, "This stream is sponsored by hedgy tears."
There you go. That's the best kind of sponsor. That sponsor's gonna make us rich.
I like that one a lot. Hey, if Gatorade could come up with some sort of a hedgy tier flavor, that'd be hilarious.
That would be good.
Maybe after.
TMI, you gotta hit up your people at Nike. Get that Gatorade right now.
I'm working on it right now. Listen, this is the thing. The boxing match is gonna set it all off. That's what's really gonna open the doors to all the sponsors. Then I'll start talking to Nike. And I'll let Nike look. I'll call right back. Hold on. Adidas, hello, mic check. What's going on, baby?
You know what I'm gonna do after the squeeze, right? When I get my yacht, right, my super yacht. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to Citadel, the wreckage. I'm gonna take one of the bricks and I'm gonna glue it to the front of my yacht. I want everybody to do that. glue one of the bricks to the front of your yacht.
Brick by brick.
Done.
Brick by brick.
Done.
I like that. I might have one on my wall. I might put one right there on the wall. Just a solid brick there.
Right?
Someone's gonna be like, "Hey, what's that brick there?"
I want the logo.
Oh,
right.
You have to get 6 or 7 of them. Yeah, and build it with the logo.
That would be nice. That would be really. I think people would like that a lot. It's like when you go to a business, you have your first $1 in a frame.
Yes. Oh man, dude.
Look, I got this brick from, or even if you had the Citadel sign, that would be crazy, right? Like Big just said, just literally in the back, no, this is really it. This is really it. This isn't a copy. This is it.
I might need to go to Citadel after this is done. I'm already wearing a mask, so I'll be good to go.
We could turn it into a museum, and you can't come in unless you have your ape outfit on.
That's it. Let me see your ape app.
I'm an hour away from Citadel.
Somebody's already done that too. Somebody has gone to Citadel in an ape outfit.
Yeah,
I saw that.
Yeah, that exists.
Oh yeah, tomorrow Adam Aaron's gonna be on Trey's stream.
Oh, at night, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's gonna be very interesting. It's gonna be very interesting.
I wonder what he's gonna say. I was thinking about that when I saw Trey post that because he just went on with Charles, he just went on with Kramer, and now he's going on with Trey. He's like on a tour. You know how when people are putting out like their new record and they go on like
exactly.
they're going on like the rollout. Yeah, and he's doing that. So I wonder what he is going to say that he may not have said. Oh, you know what I thought was a missed opportunity, and I mentioned this in my last video, but you know how they said they want to accept Bitcoin?
Yeah.
Dogecoin.
Right. I think they're starting off with the bigger one. I think they're starting off with the, because Bitcoin's already out there and it's already got so much steam on it, and then they'll be able to implement it.
The overlap between Dogecoin and AMC community. There's some overlap there, and I was thinking like, this is like a meme coin, and supposedly this is a meme stock. But again, you gotta start somewhere.
I think he's doing that because it's easy. He said it's fairly easy to basically get running, right? So he said he's going to start this by the end of this year.
Yeah, that's crazy.
There aren't going to be enough Bitcoin machines. There probably aren't machines that accept Dogecoin yet. But once they get Bitcoin going this year, they'll probably do all cryptocurrency in another year's time. They'll probably just transition those machines to kind of accept several things. So I can imagine Elon will be keeping his eye out for the theaters. Because he had a weird opinion on AMC back in the day. I'm waiting for him to comment on the Squeeze play.
I kind of don't want him to.
Yeah, me neither.
Because he could come out just as quickly as he comes in.
But he already. Oh, I see what you're saying.
So he could say good things, but then all of a sudden he could just start saying bad things. Like he kind of did some weird stuff with Doge. Remember?
Oh, that's different though. The Doge community. Correct me if I'm wrong. They look to him like Papa Eli.
Didn't he do that with Bitcoin though? Like specifically Bitcoin?
Yeah, Bitcoin, Tesla were like this. Yeah, right.
Oh,
and then went like that.
Out Gary Gensler on Twitter now. This is getting wild.
They called me. They said TMI Gensler. Can you please tell your dad to get back to work? Oh man,
guys, the SEC is definitely taking a look.
Of what?
Huh?
At what?
At AMC would be my guess.
We don't.
Yeah, I mean that might be it. That might be one of the websites.
Oh, hey, oh.
Hey,
Hey, Kenan just shake his head like, hey, look, y'all ain't catching me.
Sometimes you just gotta ignore it.
Listen. I'm gonna recap you guys the last 3 minutes, okay? This is the last 3 minutes. This is gonna be funny. Kenan's like, all right, guys, look, sometimes you don't gotta censor yourself, but you gotta make sure you be careful with your brand. 2 minutes later, that's not the only website they're looking on. Kenan's like, I just said.
Hey, it's not his channel; it's my channel. We're good.
Yeah, exactly. We're fine.
Yeah, I'm just gonna point this way.
You guys are doing great. You guys are doing great. You got to keep people entertained.
Anything he's like, oh, that's how you guys feel? Oh, okay, cool.
It's always TMI's fault too, right?
Oh, look, it's Trey.
Then he pops in for like,
the key in the man looks like he's joining the chat here.
My God, Trey. Let's get it.
What
the, hey, he's saying
thank you so much for the super. This is for Kenan. This man looks like he enjoys Kraken.
Oh,
all right, Kenan, I'm gonna have to get you a bottle of Kraken now too.
Let's get it. I think if Trey and I crack the bottle of Kraken together, I think some people might just faint.
Trey, I can shoot you a link if you want to pop on for a minute.
You just pop in.
Let's see.
Shout out to my guy Trey. Appreciate the big dog, the beast, the silver black.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of that, where did you guys go when you all got together?
Kansas City.
Kansas City?
Yeah, but wait, can you travel?
Say that again?
Yeah, Kansas City.
Can you travel?
Me? Yeah.
Can you travel?
I can travel, yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, we'll talk.
Okay. But you guys all went to Kansas City together? Like you guys flew out?
Yeah.
Round one. That's round one. You ready for round two?
Round two.
I live in the New York East Coast of the United States.
Are you ready for round two?
Oh, for everyone to get together? Hit me up, man. Let's see. Let's talk about it.
This is what we've been all waiting for, the trade Kenan collab.
Oh,
What's poppin', baby?
light taps, baby. Light taps.
There we go.
Light taps, always. You know what it is, dude. I gotta say, it's pretty cool. And a lot of people are always like, man, you got the two most fucking crazy, energetic guys on the internet covering this stuff. It's always fun. It's always fun.
Love it.
Man,
Love it.
Let's go.
Yeah, I got an important question though. This is huge. Tell me if you've ever had Kraken. I gotta know. Come on.
Not one time, dude. Not one time. And you know what? Just because I haven't, the first time I do it is gonna be with you.
Let's go, man.
Let's go.
Tell you what. I said $20 to short the VIX. That's
SCV.
I got you on this one.
That's his. Absolutely.
Short the VIX. We gotta make that happen. We gotta get Kenan to Trey, and we'll bring the Kraken and make that happen.
Yeah, last time
There you
Donnie
go.
would come in and just be like, you need to get Rogue a bottle of Kraken. So we went to Kansas. I got a bottle for Rogue, and then I got one for Trey, and then we were gonna get another one, and then that would have just been a really bad idea.
Yeah.
I give a shout out to Titan. Shout out to Titan.
Titan's freaking nuts.
Oh, let's
this.
go, dude.
Titan's getting bigger.
He's getting huge.
Oh yeah.
This guy's eating his freaking lemon pepper tendies, dude. He loves
Oh
How
my
old is Titan?
gosh.
He's still
that's a
fighting
good
you.
question. I think he's probably about 3-4 months old at this point. He's in the I like the fight things phase. Like, look at this. He just doesn't stop.
Attack.
My hands are just destroyed all the time. That's
Oh,
fine.
dude, he's not gonna grow out of that. He's not. That's
No,
just
probably not.
In the
This is a
car ride
personality
back to the
thing.
airport was like the first time that Titan really got me.
Oh, yeah,
so,
he got you
Trey,
in your
since we
finger.
have you here, I got a question. How
Send it.
are you preparing for tomorrow?
That's a good question. So this is probably not the answer I should be giving. It's the honest to God truth. I've done 2 interviews with Adam Aaron, right? And
Right.
the first one, I sat down literally for like a week straight. That is freaking like, I had like an 8-page Word document of stuff like prepared. And what I kind of do with my videos is shoot from the hip, which is probably not like, I know what I'm talking about. I do research, but then I sit down and I just freaking send it for 10 minutes, right? I just throw together a video. So the first one I did it, I felt stiff. I didn't feel like it rolled very smooth. Second one, I had like concepts that I want to run with, and then I just went into the interview, and that was it. So I've got concepts that I want to run with for this third one, and I'm just going to go into it, and we'll see what happens.
Trey, when you did you tell anybody when you're putting it out yet, or are you just gonna let it go when it goes? Gotcha. Gotcha.
It'll be a live stream. You guys will know.
Gotcha.
Oh, boom.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it.
It'll be good. I've got questions. So like I pay very close attention to what's happening on Twitter, on YouTube, people in my Discord. It's just what people are talking about, right? It's the sentiment towards the stock. You know, those are the questions that I'm going to ask, and it's the things that that I'd want to focus on. So I think Adam has a pretty good idea too. He's got a good pulse on the investors in his company. Honestly, it'll be good. It'll be good. There's no other better way to put it. Really, it's just what everybody talks about every day. I mean, it's what happens with the company. We'll answer those questions.
Did he set this up, or did he want to do this with you, or you wanted to do this with him?
So this is a funny story, actually. So I got a call from somebody over at Fox. It's one of the people who helps organize like the bookings and stuff. I'll keep them anonymous, but they reached out to me and said, "Hey, we heard that Adam's going to be going on CNBC before he goes on Fox. We don't really like that. We'd like if he came on here." So like,
Right.
no, I'm not Adam Aaron. I can't really control what the man does, but I'll reach out to him and I'll tell him what I think. So I called him. I was at work. It was probably like 1 p.m. or something. And I said, "Hey, I heard you're going on CNBC." He's like, "Oh, how'd you hear that?" And I said, "Well, producer stock, I guess, whatever." They reached out to me. They said, he's going on CNBC.
You should say, "I'm Trey's Trades. I know it all." I know it all.
Yeah. So I said, just based on my personal opinion, what I think other people think about Fox versus CNBC, I think there's a better sentiment towards Charles Payne and what he does. He's always kind of been with the Apes. He's still with them they're still with us since January, So I said,
Right.
Personally, I think it's worth going on there. I don't know. I think they have your best interest in mind. He said, "You know what? Yeah, I dig that. I dig that." He said, "By the way, we need to have another interview after this earnings call. Let's do Wednesday next week." I was like, "All right, bet. Let's send this baby silverback out. Go in the house." And that was it. Yeah.
Love it.
That's dope,
I
man.
love
You know what else too?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm 100% on point. You're like the sentiment towards Charles and Fox. It's because they chose a side. and CNBC, they're more neutral. But like Charles, so he's with us. They chose a side. They said, look, there's a fence, and we're not on the fence. Where he's an ape, he's a silverback. In terms of CNBC, could they be silverbacks? If so, they just haven't told us yet.
Right, you know, it's a difference of reporting versus opinion. You know, you know, Fox Business has an opinion. Charles Payne stands against what the apes stand against. They stand for what we stand for. CNBC, they're neutral. Like, just like you said, at least Melissa Lee and what they do, it's dependent on the party. Andrew Sorkin, man, that fucking guy. I'm sorry for swearing on your channel. No, I'm not a PG guy, but.
No.
Yeah, it depends.
This morning was a bit ridiculous. This morning was just a bit. I was looking at the questioning and I was just like I'm gonna keep the interview going because I told people I'm gonna have the interview going. If it was me by myself, I would have shut that thing off 15 minutes in. Like I was listening to the questioning. I was like, if you guys say quantitative, we could have played a drinking game first thing this morning with Kraken, and we take a shot every time they say quantitative. We would have been wasted 5 minutes in. 5 minutes in. I was like, how many times did I have to say a question from a quantitative perspective? But Adam, you guys can't flip the page over 3 times. There's only 2 sides. What are you guys doing? Like, what are you guys looking for?
Running out of things to say.
If those news places are looking for clicks, they would be better off just putting out good stuff, in my opinion, about AMC.
Right.
Like when you think about how much buzz and press Charles Payne gets for having Trey, Kenan, Matt, Andrew, all these people on his show, it's like, well, everybody's tuning in because they want to see. So why aren't anybody else following that lead? It's like, oh, somebody else is probably paying them. They see another route to go.
You know, this is my take. And I didn't really realize this until after I'd gone on Fox a couple of times. I think YouTube, and what people don't really realize is YouTube is becoming the next source of information digestion and consumption, right? It's the place where people go to learn things, because outside of maybe confirmation bias, conflict of interest, if you own a stock or you have some sort of favor towards an opinion, you're not out there trying to sell somebody something. You know, it's just your opinions. I mean, you're putting it out there. And the views that YouTube versus CNBC versus Fox gets, you can see why these guys have flipped the script. And you can see it an exact moment, at least CNBC. Yeah. These guys flipped the switch after they realized how much traction and how much of a story there was behind what's actually happening with AMC, which is why I'm very particular about, I fucking love Charles Payne. I mean, that dude, there's a Reddit video out there somewhere. There's a video of him going on a freaking rant about GameStop and light taps. I mean, I love that.
Let's go.
That's passion.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And that was back in February too.
Yeah.
So, I got another question for Trey. I never get to talk to Trey. Trey, my guy, I appreciate you, dog. Big dog, the silverback, right? So what I got to ask you, and one thing that I really love about you, dude, is you always talk about people and how they mean so much. And that's one thing that I really, really, really just take. I really embody that. You know, I love people. I love the people. How do the people make you feel who are shills? Because let's be honest. If we're thinking about the WWE, right? You know how they have the face of the WWE. There might be the guy with the belt, and right, he's who everyone sees. When you think of the WWE, you might think of Stone Cold, you might think of The Rock, you might think of someone like that, right? When people think of AMC, you're gonna come up, and that means that as the face of the movement,
that's interesting.
You must be catching a lot of heat. How does it weigh on you? Because that matters to me. How does it weigh on you?
You know, I think there's constructive criticism that matters, right? There's certain things that I've done right and that I've done wrong in the last, almost 8 months that I've been talking about this stock. But I think you're rewarded for conviction. And what I mean by that is the people who believe in AMC stock, and I think everyone's going to get, the majority are going to win, right? In this whole trade. But the people who had the most conviction, who bought the $5, the $10, the $15, the $20 range before it was cool to buy AMC stock, there's a reason that they're sitting green right now, right? It's because they had conviction in the trade. I come back to this, right? The people first always mentality. I can control my circle. I can control the things that I put out in terms of information, in terms of positive sentiment, in terms of keeping it straight, whether it's bullish on a given day, bearish on a given day. I can't control what other people do. I can't control how much money they put into the stock. I can't control when they buy. I can't control when they sell. I don't want to. That's not my decision. That's not my financial responsibility. My responsibility as a person is to try and put out the best information that I possibly can, and to keep it real with people and to show that conviction can be rewarded in a stock in a trade like this, in a freaking movement that's being written like this. I try to focus on the positive things. Constructive criticism, yeah, obviously, there's been times where I'm like, fuck. Just like it keeps you up at night. But that's constructive criticism, you know? I think the thing that really eats me up the most is when the ape movement, and you guys can all speak to this too, is when the ape movement kind of eats at each other, right? The infiltration.
Oh boy! Oh my God!
Yeah, we talked about it a little.
Fixated on stuff like that's the hardest part. That kills me because this is community, you know. Regardless of all things that have happened, I've said this a million times, and other people have too. It doesn't matter who you are, you know. We all like the stock. We all want to fight against what we don't believe is happening right now. Should be happening right now, you know. So that's what's hard. I don't like seeing that. You know, I'm a big boy. I can be a punching bag if I have to be.
But see, and that's the thing. That's the thing I don't like. I was talking before about, and you said this in when we were in KC. I think it was a different story you're talking about. But you know, when the wolf barks at the moon, no big deal. That's what wolves do. If the moon were to bark back at the wolf, everyone's talking about it because it's crazy, right?
So, wow.
You can't necessarily go back to every single person that goes at you. But sometimes when people can go at something, like for example, I'm not gonna say any names, but there's an idiot out there who made a video about you, maybe one or two. I don't really know what his name is, right? Yeah. So that guy.
No, this is Patrick.
I love exactly. Okay, we can talk about Patrick Williams. That's fine. We can put his name out there. It's cool. It's cool. So that guy's an idiot, right? That guy's just a fool. So and it's cool. You don't have to say anything. I actually rather you wouldn't, so that nothing actually comes from this, right? But it comes to a point where he's trying to become relevant. So he'll say X, Y, Z, whatever he could possibly get to gain traction, even if he has to throw somebody else under the bus for no reason, just to become relevant. It's the most soulless, scummiest thing you could possibly do as a content creator, and it kind of like goes against everything that Trey just said, goes against everything that the new silverback right here said, goes against everything that everyone on the screen currently stands for. So it's really weird. It's kind of like,
you know what? I got an opinion on that.
You can't control other people.
I got an opinion on that. So this is one thing that anybody here who may be an up and coming creator who's watching us, who you're an ape, or maybe you make YouTube videos as well. One thing I want you to understand is TMI, he's not in your way. Vix, Rogue, Trey, they're not in your way. None of us are in your way. Me, I'm not in your way. Our stars shining, if we were to dim down, it wouldn't brighten yours. Only you can brighten your own star. We're not in your lane. We are in our own lanes. This is why we can all be next to each other like a big highway with many different lanes, right? So when you try to make videos, and I didn't even see that video, I've heard of that video because, again, you come at Trey and you have a platform. We're all going to hear about it, right? But what I do is I completely ignore it because I start to think to myself, and this is no disrespect to anybody else, but again, don't try to drag others down in the hopes that it'll bring you up, because now maybe you could have been on a live with us and we could have been, hey man, you're our guy, but now
we're not having that.
Right.
Yeah, now we're like, we see how you roll, so we won't do it. And then
They're not invited to the kitchen.
No,
yeah.
No.
Yeah, it's just not the way. It's not the way. Totally not the way.
There's a right and a wrong way to do things. Like I started out my YouTube channel in December 2020, and some of the videos that I'd make to get traction, so I could get it, something moving, is I'd review Chris Sain's plays. Right, he'd go over his weekly penny stock plays, and I'd review based on technical analysis whether I agreed with his picks or not. But there's two things about that. The right way to do that, and you have to bring something valuable to the table that's going to actually help people. That's different from what somebody else is doing. You can get an audience by using somebody else's name. That's like it happens. That's cool. There's even right times to do it, sure. But what are you going to do once you have it? At the end of the day, you have to be providing people with information that's relevant, that people are going to want to keep coming back for, a community that people are going to enjoy being in. That's the most important thing. I think people on YouTube, Twitter, anything, right? Their lifespan depends entirely on what they bring to the table. I mean, you have to show up every single day to prove yourself. That's just as simple as it is. That's why that Patrick Starr guy.
It's like a hamster wheel. It's like you can't get off the wheel.
It is like a hamster wheel.
No, it's true, and it's like you have to. The way you said it, you have to add value, right? I've probably thrown each individual person here. So let me see, Trey, I've definitely used your name. Kenan, I've used your name. Short the Vix, I keep using your name. Rogue, you already know what time it is. I use your name all the time. It is what it is, okay? But mind you, it is adding value. It's putting you guys in a certain light, and if it's anything. If it were to ever be anything negative, there would have to be like Trey said, if it's like you like the choice, you don't like the choice, backing behind it, reasoning behind it, explain to people why you're thinking, not just throwing a name out there, crapping on someone.
I'm a drug addict.
those are fighting. You do not say those things to somebody through a screen that you would not say to somebody to their face. You just don't do that. That's just
Right.
not
Honestly, I was laughing.
Right, and-
I thought it was
I
hilarious.
saw your comment. Your comment was, "Hey, hope you have a good day," or something along those lines, something positive. I was just like, "Ooh,
I
big
said, good luck with
man,
your channel,
big
brother."
man." Yeah, exactly. Big
Yep.
man. Love it.
We got
That
a
was
couple of
kindness.
comments we should hit. Kraken for the gang. Keep up the great work, fellas. All right, so I'm buying more Kraken for everybody.
Let's go.
Hey, there it is.
I got Kraken downstairs. I can't get it right now. I should keep.
Dude, the
it.
Kraken was good. The Kraken was real good.
It's
Yeah, it was.
surprisingly decent. It was back when I was in college and wasn't old enough to drink. It was what the seniors would buy me, and I don't know. I liked it. It wasn't bad. You know,
I've not
Mine was,
had any.
New
I've-
Amsterdam Red Berry vodka. That stuff was good. And then
So wait,
Sean
kids,
says,
do you
TMI,
drink?
bring it to Biloxi.
Yeah, I will.
Casinos, beaches, military bars, drinks, golf courses. I will make sure
Wait, so
y'all
hold
have
up.
a fantastic
Where's that?
time and meet
Where's
some
that?
active duty vet apes. Ooh.
Wait, where's that? Where's that?
Wait, where?
Sean, where was that? It was like Biloxi, I think was the. Oh, did they get me again?
No, wait. Is it Missouri? Was he saying Missouri, Biloxi?
Maybe.
Biloxi, Missouri?
Hey man, listen. So you guys don't know this. I'm trying to travel. I had so much fun in KC. I'm trying to get back
Hey.
out. Like, I want to
Kansas
see
was
some
awesome.
apes,
Like,
man.
Kansas
I want
was
to
a
get
really
It
out.
was such a good time, bro. It's honestly, I think everyone needed it, and I think
it's
more
weird because-
people
that was so
need it.
fun.
Yeah, it's weird because you meet people that are like-minded, and it's different
Mhm.
because you have friends that you grew up with that have your back regardless, like family, like they're close. But once you
Guys.
meet people that are with you here, it's different.
I got a hot take. I got to put the oven mitts on. For this.
Oh shoot!
Oh,
Okay, okay.
snap.
Let's do it.
I love that
I got a hot
element
take.
just sitting there ready to
ready to go.
on for this live
I
stream.
got a hot take. I keep seeing something in the comments that I don't like, and I keep seeing people talk, and they're saying super chat Matt, super chat Matt. One thing I want you to
Oh.
understand is this:
Let's go.
if people are deciding to send Matt super chats, he is not forcing their hand. And that is one thing that I want you to understand, that people are adults and they're making their own decisions. If you don't support sending super chats, then you abstain from it. You don't try to manipulate other people into behaving in a way that they choose to behave. That's literally it. I don't know why people are so concerned with what Matt does with his super chats. I really am not a fan of that. And this isn't me sticking up for super chats or whatever, but I really don't like when other people want other people to be exactly how they want them to be. This is not the way. That's absolutely not the way. So all the things coming down, super chat Matt or whatever, I don't think that he deserves to be judged based on how other people are treating him. I don't think that that's fair.
100%.
I think
At
you
all.
have to realize
Exactly.
what Matt does is not just covering the stock. Live streaming is entertainment. It is. It absolutely 100% is. You're showing up there to have a space, to have a community, to have people to ask questions for, to just freaking laugh, man. I mean, whenever I pop into his streams during work, I walk away just freaking laughing because of half the shenanigans that happens. Like, I've sent the money and I'm like, fuck, that was pretty funny, you know? Like,
Right.
that's just all
I'll
it
put
is.
it on in the background and I'm just laughing. Like I'll
Exactly.
be doing research or something. I'll just put them on in the background or TMI and I'll just be like, that was a funny joke, dude.
But how do you, would you guys go to a restaurant and as you're leaving the restaurant or walking into a restaurant, you see a waiter getting tipped and then slap a tip from his hand like, no tips for you, homie. I don't care how good your service was. Like, no,
Right.
what the hell? Like,
That's a really good point.
who came up with
It's
this?
honestly,
BS?
it's
Like,
exactly
okay.
what we're fighting too with like the media. Like they're
Yeah.
telling us how to like what we're supposed to invest in. Just like people that are putting their money in to super chats, they're deciding what like, okay, hey, we are supporting you. Other people can't just be like, okay, hey, no, you need to use it for this.
Right. And this
You're-
goes
you're
back to
not-
what Trey said
You're just
earlier.
like the media.
When Trey said when he was talking about how apes going at apes, do you guys realize that through and through Matt is an ape? And when you attack Matt, you're attacking an ape for what? Right? There are bigger battles to fight. If I didn't support Trey, if I didn't support anybody here, right? I would just not watch your videos and I would just not send you super chats. That's it. That's how I would combat that, right? I would let everyone else do what they want, but then I would just not do it. So I wouldn't go on and say, hey, no, we won't. I won't go on and do that, right? I'm not gonna start a protest saying,
Right.
hey, stop doing this. Come on now. Apes don't hurt other apes. Apes do not try to stop other apes.
Hey Trey,
Except for Patrick Whelan. Forget that guy. Except for him. I
there's
don't
a-
care.
there's
No,
a-
no, no. That guy's gonna get
True.
shots every single time I have an opportunity to. But no, go ahead.
Part of the interview could include 5 minutes of AA interviewing you. What is he want to know from you?
No. What is there to know? I like cracking anime. I'm really bad at golf.
Dude, no. And all you got to do is have somebody.
You were smashing those.
Oh, yeah. Dude, I'm telling you, when I got on my mojo at Topgolf was when I stopped trying. I literally just we just let the 20 balls roll, and I just freaking really badly yas them, like just rapid fire, dude.
It was dope.
That's the trick.
Just like rapid fire.
It. And then Joshua says, Kenan, I tagged you in a tweet regarding how odd lots impact price action. Please dig in with an expert.
All right, tag me again because I get a lot of tweets.
Yeah, that's the issue. Like, at this point, it's like hard to see anything. Like, right, I don't know how you see anything ever.
How do you see anything? I was trying to read a comment right now. I can't say. Is it Lone Colt? Is that right? Tell Adam to leave his pants on this time. Hey, to be fair, I wasn't wearing pants in that interview either. That didn't happen. We're in our own homes, you know.
You guys wear pants?
Look, check this out. We got the shark shorts on.
That's it. Check this out. Well, I'm not gonna show you that. You know what?
TMI told us he was like, I don't wear pants in my interview because I'm in my room, and then he did the same thing in KC. Just to show us that he was better than us. So.
That's not true. That's not true. Honestly, I'll even wear short shorts or I'll wear boxers.
Oh God, you guys are going crazy.
Most streams. It's just you're at home. You're comfortable. What's the point of having the screen from the? You know, it's up. It's at work over here, and it's at home down there. That's what it is.
I'm gonna let the elephant out in the room. I think looking at the chat right now, I think we destigmatize super chats.
Yeah, I feel bad because I want to talk when people are saying it. It's not like you guys don't have to do that.
Real?
Trey,
did you guys see?
Keesler Air Force Base battles, casino bars, beaches.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, that was cool,
man, super chat, Matt. That's funny.
Yeah, I've been there.
Oh yeah,
my brother was in the Air Force.
Didn't he to super chat Matt?
Yeah, he did. He changed his Twitter name to Super Chat Matt. He said, "Screw it, I'm just gonna embrace it."
Yeah, when people come at you hard on the internet, sometimes you just gotta lean in.
Yeah, buddy.
It's like Dumb Money and the Apes, man. That's how those came to be. What do they have at that point? You know.
Right.
I super chat because I simply support you all. You all are my voice. I may not have much in the bank, but I am one step closer to life-changing money. I wish you the best of luck, man.
You're an 8, bro.
You're an 8. You guys don't have 100%. To do that.
Are you guys doing protests with 8 Father? Who's 8 Father?
No.
This is TMI's new nemesis.
No. Honestly, I feel like I've been calling out a lot of people. I should probably slow down a little bit before I bite off more than I can chew. But that's another guy. He's in the same lane as Whelan. Yeah, we're just not gonna. He's trying to ask YouTubers to show their position on YouTube. It's just like no.
Yeah.
Dude, no. Legal has said this several times. No, it's not.
I don't think I ever have. Like even before AMC, I just never did it. I was like, you're either gonna think that I have too big of a position or too small of a position and stuff. It's like I don't need that. It's like if I'm talking about something, most likely I have it, guys.
If you're listening to this, is my total opinion. If you have X amount of shares of AMC and this is all you are willing to diamond hand, you have enough. If you get one more share than that and it turns you into someone who can't lose this amount of money, you have overextended yourself. All we need is for you not to overextend yourself. Maybe you could hear that Trey has 1,000, 10,000 shares, but he can extend that far, but you may not be able to, but you are still equally an 8. You got to remember that. You got to extend as far as you can and no more than that. You got to be ready to ride this wave. It is a roller coaster. It's not going to be an easy ride. If you get in and let's say you got your first $1 million and you put it all in AMC and then you're sweating, can't sleep at night, and then you're going to paper hand, this isn't helping the movement.
Exactly.
Dude, this is coming from a real place. Stress can really freaking mess you up. Like, I'm not kidding. My old man passed away the day after his dad died. And that's not a coincidence, right? You don't want to put yourself in that sort of shoe. Right. There's been times when I've freaking backed off the gas, just came away from Twitter, came away from YouTube for 24, 48 hours because it's freaking tough on the body, man. It's just no joke. You got to be in a spot where you can sleep at night. Like Kenan said, you just got it. You can't live life that way. That's not life. You can't. You have to be comfortable because AMC honestly is AMC, right? Life is life. It's a part of your life, not your life. You don't want it to consume you, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's honestly why I stopped replying so much on Twitter too. Because I used to reply to like so many people, like I 24/7.
Bro, we all done that hole, man. I think we all have. It's easy to let that happen, but it's you got to pick and choose. That's the big thing, right? If it's constructive comments, like real things that you try to have a conversation, cool. But there's gonna be some people out there. Inevitably, you can't change their minds on things. It's pick and choose.
100%.
And getting back to what Kenan said, no matter how many shares you guys have, no matter how many shares you can afford, because lots of times in my chats I'll see people saying they have 5x 4x shares. That's great, but when I do see somebody that says they just got to 39, they just got to 40, they just got to 50, they just got to 61, I'm like, you got to be just as proud of yourself for getting to those shares, because the percentage of your income that you can afford with those shares is just up to you.
Right.
10% of your income isn't going to be 10% of everybody's income. You might have 4 kids and a mortgage and education and debt to take care of, maybe a significant other that's recovering from something. Like, you have your own life situations. If you can afford 5 shares, if you can afford 1 share of GME, if you can afford 10 shares of AMC, dude, be proud of those shares and diamond hand those things, because chances are there's going to be a lot of people that have less shares that are going to be making a better play long term with their shares than a lot of people that have a large chunk of money in that. They're going to be going up 10%, exiting early. So, that's the situation I like to bring up. Size doesn't always matter. Take from that what you will.
You want to hear something funny? So now that I'm live, like in the mornings, right? I was showing, like, I had mentioned, we're just like free flowing and talking. I was like, yeah, guys, I got like $25,000, $30,000 in AMC, right? I was like just talking, and then next day, like maybe a week later, 2 weeks later, I'm like, yeah, I got $12,000 in AMC. They're like, whoa, whoa, hold up. What happened here? And then
he's out.
Dude, they're flooding me. They're like, oh, you sold, you paid per hand, right? I'm like, guys, the price cut in half. and then everybody was like, oh, okay.
It's a lot. No, it's a lot. Yeah. So that's why I'm like, listen, if you're trying to ask people to show their positions, one, it's not putting the creators in a good spot, right? It's just not. And from one creator to another creator, asking people to extend themselves like that, to me, it's just stupid, right? So let people be, and also don't be afraid to put your shares, not put your shares up there, but be proud of whatever you can afford. You got it.
Exactly.
Do your thing, man. Do your thing.
One other thing I wanted to mention, it was kind of like what I was saying earlier about like Trey and how you being like the face of this. And like you didn't choose it. You didn't choose it. This is the path that was chosen for you. I just hate to say it, but it is what it is.
It is what it is.
He didn't choose AMC.
So like what I'm really thinking though is like, just like how you said you have to step away from it sometimes, and I could just imagine. So like the planet Earth, how the planet Earth has life. But the only way and reason that the planet Earth can have life partially is because Jupiter is being impacted by so many different asteroids that would have otherwise hit Earth, right? Mm-hmm. So like Trey is kind of like, in this case, like a huge planet that is almost insulating. You're like insulating some of us. Like it's really the honest truth. So like I can imagine just the asteroids that you are being hit with, because I'm getting hit with some. So then I'm like, oh, if you look up AMC on YouTube, you're going to pop up, like that kind of thing. So then I'm thinking like, just if you ever need to step back, dude, we all understand. That's what I want you to say. I want you to understand that when you need a mental break, listen, we get it, because any kind of like just impact that we're being hit with, someone saying, oh man, you were wrong about this, you said this, like it must be just 10 times more on your end. And what I try to do with comments like that is, when I'm getting a lot of like bad comments, I just start to respond to only overwhelmingly positive comments.
Right.
And then I just
it is what it is. I'm chilling. Honestly, this is my take on it. I'm sinking with the ship. Like, my channel and who I am as a person, reputation rides on AMC squeezing. So it either squeezes or it doesn't, and I'm done. That's it. There's no in between. That's how I'm freaking taking this thing down. I made my first video on January 25th, and I said I think AMC will have a filthy short squeeze, and I still think it's going to. So whatever happens in between, I'll freaking ride it out. That's the shit. That's the boat that we're on, and I'm chilling, honestly. There's days that
you know what?
They knew they were right for 2 years before.
Listen, we're good. Like, I'm telling you, I'm going down with the ship too. I put in what I'm willing to lose on AMC. I told everyone I'm going to the moon or I'm going to zero on it. I'm going to the moon or
Yep.
zero. It's as simple as that. And I want
100%.
everyone to really understand that maybe moon or zero is one share for you. You don't have to match me. You don't have to get a million shares, right? You don't have to do that. Just don't overextend yourself. It's much better mathematically if one share, like everyone's saying, goes to 100,000 than if you have 10 shares and they go to 500, right? Mathematically speaking, it's better if we all diamond handed. And I always tell everyone, if Kenan Grace hypothetically, allegedly, right? We're just throwing numbers out. We're just throwing numbers out.
Just to verify, not financial advice, all that good stuff.
Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, right? But I'm telling you, moon or zero. If Kenan Grace had all like 80% plus of the float, I'm telling you, I bet you I could get it to 100,000 because I would just hold. I was just like, nope.
You know, the funny thing is,
Nope.
when I was younger, I know apes don't see color, but just bear with me if you will. When I was younger, I remember watching a movie called Titanic. You guys remember that movie?
I do.
That sounds familiar.
You guys remember
Is
the
that the
band
one with the
going
boat?
down with the ship? You guys, yeah, exactly. You guys remember the band going down with the ship?
Yep.
Yeah.
I remember thinking in my head, boy, these white people are crazy. You guys
Oh,
going down
boy.
with the ship? Y'all don't jump. Wait, I know you guys can swim. What the hell are you guys doing? And now I finally get it. Now I finally get it. It's our ship.
Yeah.
This is our ship.
Going
Put too
down
much
with it.
time and effort into like
This is our
researching
shit.
everything. Like,
Right? This is music right now. This
we're
right here.
not
This
done
is the
yet.
Jackson 5. This is music right here. We're gonna go
That's
into
a
the
good
moon,
point, man.
or
Like-
we're gonna go down with the ship, but we're not leaving. Like it is what it is.
Quintet.
Love it.
You guys sing? You guys sing okay?
Oh, I got you. Like, I've been starting to sing. I've been starting to sing a little bit more in the mornings now, just to kind of get things started. I love it. Shout out to Matt Kors. He's not here right now. He's in the basement. I saw him just now. He's in the basement.
I love that.
He's here.
I know that's why I'm not in the basement anymore because Matt.
He's here. He is here. I saw him. I did see him.
Oh,
guys,
guys,
I kind of got to
yeah.
Start wrapping up.
While I have your attention, though, really quick.
Surgery.
While I have your attention really quick, I want to say something. So, and sorry. So we've been talking about payment for order flow a lot, right? What I don't like that has been going on is that a lot of these brokers, like retail brokers, for example, they've been getting they've been taken off of the hook, even though they are still flowing our orders. Like they are not getting the payment, but they are still flowing the orders. And then they're just getting off the hook for that. And I really don't think that's a good thing. Because again, like in Citadel, for example, how they got fined that $700,000 back in 2020, right? For front running everyone by buying shares and delaying everyone else's orders and then loading up on their position and then letting the stocks run up after using our buys that they delayed, right? That is not okay. This is something that there's a wholesale problem, but there's also a payment for order problem. But even when you get rid of the payment for order problem, the wholesalers front running us because they can see our orders is also a huge problem.
Here he goes. I can see Shay taking his bet from now. Here we go.
Dude, I was up for literally 10 hours last night studying payment for order flow, how, different brokerages and big firms, third parties will route orders, right? The problem is payment for order flow and the way that orders get filled is so systemically large that it's literally unavoidable. Every single security in the stock market gets filled by mostly third parties, whether it's OTC, ATS, payment for order flow, right? And the majority go to Citadel, by the way. Majority do. The entire system is
regardless of payment for order.
They'll route it either lit exchange, dark pools, OTC, ATS, and this is the most fucked up one. This is crazy. And it sounds like ridiculous, but it's legit. They've got their own portfolios. So let's say that you want to buy 100 shares of AMC. They could say, hey, we're going to fill your 100 shares of AMC, but we already bought it. So we're going to allocate our 100 shares of AMC and give it to you. Or maybe a different party is going to be shorting AMC. They're borrowing stock or whoever it is, right? They can spot it in 50 million different ways across the system.
Yep.
The whole system is literally what AMC stands for. It's unavoidable. Like, I really challenge you. Watch that half-hour long video because it goes through a lot of detail.
I watched it in
the system's
parts.
built. It was built by a guy, Bernie Madoff, who created probably the U.S. history's largest Ponzi scheme worth billions of dollars of fraud. And payment for order flow and OTC trading and this investment portfolio that these big firms have, he built that whole system. He went to jail. The system still exists. I don't know, man. I don't know what else do you need to know?
Hey Trey, could you repeat again?
In Europe too.
Could you repeat again who made it up? Who was it?
Bernie Madoff.
Oh my God! Did everyone in the back hear that? Oh,
Bernie Madoff.
I don't think you guys realize this. This guy literally went to prison.
Oh
Like,
my
he's the
God.
biggest fraudster in U.S. history. Like, you think Wolf of Wall Street was bad? This guy 10 times worse. Like, the biggest Ponzi scheme literally in U.S. history. What he would do is this. He would promise investors X amount of returns. Like, he was beating the market exponentially. The way he was doing it is an endless feedback loop, a pyramid. That's why they call pyramid schemes, I guess, of, hey, this investor would give him money, and he would give returns to the guy beneath him, who would give returns to the guy beneath him, who would give returns to the guy beneath him. This guy literally funded this Ponzi scheme while creating payment for order flow, OTC trading, the electronic system that's literally used by the NASDAQ now. I mean, I don't think people realize this. It's fucking crazy. It's crazy. It makes no sense.
Ridiculous.
I'm sorry, I went on a tangent. I'm done.
No, you're done.
That took way too much of my time.
Kringle, what's going on, buddy?
Yeah, look at the
Dude!
cat. Bro, you see that?
What's going on?
Hello. Good night, gentlemen. So I changed
Absolutely
my
love
team
this.
a bit, so it's a pirate ship with a pirate hat, and yep, it's not a dead cat.
Never was a dead cat, baby. And now we cat times.
I'll tell you this, guys. So look, I'm gonna get out of here. On the East Coast, it's 10:30. However, I would love to do this again, particularly who knows when, but we'll get to talk about you know
I'm
what
gonna hit
happened
you
with
up.
Trey and
We're
Adam
gonna
Aaron
travel
and everything
soon.
like that. So, guys, I love y'all, but if you can't handle the heat of these hot stocks, then stay out of the kitchen and consider investing in the index funds. All right, take care.
Later, Kenan. Thanks for coming in, man.
Take care, broski.
All right, that guy is a boost of energy, man.
Oh,
Man.
dude, I was feeling tired in the stream in the beginning. Kenan popped on, and I just boosted.
Yeah, and then Trey came on.
He's got some crazy energy, man.
Oh,
Dude.
Oh,
What?
Guys, sorry if I missed some of your supers. I tried to keep it on the screen so we could go over them, and then my mouse died, and
I saw that popping up in the
out of
background.
screen.
So yeah,
So
stop playing with the
That's
background.
all right.
That's tough.
That's
screwed
all
that
right.
one up.
No, that was great. That was great. So, it was like a solid, Jackson 5. So we had Jackson 6. Now we have Jackson 5 again. So are we singing today or what's the deal here?
What?
This
No,
is
we're
the
not
band.
singing.
Is this
You got the
real
Ortex jingle, buddy.
life?
Or is this fantasy? Come on.
Nah,
now, we got
I'm a
range.
Drake guy. I know pretty much every Drake song out there. Let's just like rap it in harmony.
Ooh, yeah, we heard you rapping the Drake lines in the
Oh,
shower.
yeah.
This guy was belting it. Wait, no. Rogue, what were you singing in the shower? I want to know. What country ass song was that? Please tell me.
It was not country. It was
Come
Simple
on.
Man.
Ow!
What?
Buddy,
It was
Dude,
Simple
you were
Man
loud in the shower
by
that
Shine
one
Down.
morning. You were belting. It was great.
dude, Rogue's got a voice. He's got some pipes.
He
He
does.
does.
Just
does.
a little bit.
I love
We'll keep
this.
it on the down low.
And FYI, so I did make up a new jingle for Ortex. They have yet to respond if they would like to buy the jingle or at least license it from me. But the jingle for Ortex is ready.
That's a buy. Easy.
That's
That's
That's it.
That's a
Hold on,
buy.
Yama's jingle.
Buy.
I got a freaking Stream Deck not too long ago, and I'm slowly figuring out how to use it. But I'm gonna get my freaking "Not a Dead Cat" song by Tyler Gray. I'm gonna play it like when I live stream and stuff again.
that'd be
nice.
dope.
Yeah.
Oh, have you heard Boom Boom Candles
No.
from Martian?
Bro.
Is it pretty good?
Oh, bro. Okay, so I'm gonna
It's
send you
good.
a link for Boom Boom Candles.
It's a good
He's
one.
also working on another song right now that he just sent me to kind of put a few bars on. You might wanna take a look at that.
Yeah, man. Send it my way. Ow!
It's
Ow! God, that's my leg, buddy.
I might need to go get my
Bit
cat.
your leg.
You can't just bite everything.
Kringle.
God, you're crazy.
Tie in the
Kringle, you look like
feisty
Puss in
guy.
Boots.
You do look like Puss in Boots with the look, with the hat on.
All right, guys. I think we're gonna wrap up the stream tonight. Trey,
Yep.
thanks for popping in, man. Always a pleasure talking to you. TMI,
Like
Rogue,
that's
Kringle.
always.
I feel like everybody knows where to follow them by now. Trey's Trades, you guys, if you don't know who he is, I know he's very hard to find on YouTube, probably. If you're in the AMC community, probably haven't heard of him before, but it's Trey's Trades on YouTube. Then we got the Masked Investor on YouTube, Masked_Investor on Twitter and Instagram. Rogue the Legacy, primarily on YouTube these days. That's something we have to not leave out. He is primarily on YouTube and less on Twitter. but
Yeah,
also
uh-huh.
awkward at the same time. And we got a Kringle
boy.
kitten. So thanks for popping in, everybody. This was an awesome stream. Let's try to do this again sometime. And peace.
Oh God.